1994. From the murky banks of terrestrial radio, a new hope begins to rise.
Opie and Norton
They're radio shock jocks known for setting up outrageous stunts.
People sure are listening.
Two Long Island natives who together would one day change the world as broadcasting's greatest duo. After 20 years, these children of the 80s have arrived.
Their hugely popular radio show is not just in New York anymore.
Opie and Gary Coleman.
The hottest show there is.
Through 55-gallon drums and wiffle ball bats, from mayors to mayo.
It was an April Fool's hoax by two radio disc jockeys.
With bottle rockets and bra bombings. And wieners and pigs.
Opie and
Ted Nugent.
Got their hands on the photo and tweeted it.
Two men that have taken a box of cocks further than any.
Well, these people will definitely stop. Guaranteed. Lift up the...
They've met friends along the way.
Is this Jim Norton?
I have a raging hard-on right now. Can I please put my dick in your donuts?
And through fines, scandals, suspensions, cancellations, and terminations, it's the one show that remains unscathed. Striking fear into the hearts of management everywhere comes a radio show that after 20 years remains above all else real. This is the Opie and
Sandy Kane, the naked cowgirl in the house, folks.
Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning.
Still takes getting used to no rage.
I know. Well, I can't do the rage.
Yeah.
The rage has been retired for the time being.
But doesn't it...
Can't do rage. Can't do ecstasy of gold.
Right.
The intro's going to change by Monday, so relax. We just didn't know what to do this week, so we kind of fooled around with the intro we had. People are saying it's disrespectful to have that intro. So, I don't know. We're figuring it out.
Yeah. It's disrespectful, I guess, not to drive my elbow into D.L. Hughley's teeth. Like, what do people want?
Someone wanted that yesterday?
No, but I'm saying the equivalent. You know what I mean? Like, they just expect you, like, no matter what you do, no matter how you talk about something, they're like, you missed this, you didn't say it. It's like, guys, what do you want?
Just people just lying. I can't deal with people that are just going to flat out lie about things. D.L. Hughley talked about Anthony yesterday. It went longer than I thought it would. And then people thought we weren't defending Anthony. And the fact was you absolutely defended Anthony because you're better at that than me as far as, you know, all the racial discussions go. And I thought it was fine. And DL thought, you know, Ant should be rehired. He supported Anthony in the end.
Yeah, he didn't
But people are
hate
calling
Anthony.
him a nig and all this on Twitter. I don't have time for that shit. So I just blocked all those idiots.
Well, they're
Just calling DL Hughley a nig. Really?
He wasn't.
That's where we're at?
He was, but it's like the guy wasn't calling for Anthony to be fired. He said one tweet about a race war. I guess he missed, and then when he got corrected, he was like, "Oh, all right." Like he didn't adamantly fight, and I didn't know if it was right or not what he had said. If that was a tweet. So
I took a phone call because you know, someone was upset about that, and you know, we put him on the air, and then we worked it out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I go to my Twitter, and they're calling him a nig. I'm like, ugh, go away. I have no use for you, none whatsoever. And then they're like tattling to Ant, going, I was listening to the guys today. It sounded like MSNBC over there. Oh, God, go away. I don't need you.
And he knows you guys are. I texted with him yesterday. He knows you guys are dummies. He's like, yeah, no, I know. He knows. So all those dumb. You can Twitter it all you want, but those things you're just lying.
You're flat out lying.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would never sit here and let anybody throw Anthony into the... If a guy's going to give an opinion, if a black guy sits here and gives an opinion that, hey, look, I feel like this kind of lumped people in, and I don't... What am I going to say?
Yeah.
Hey, you can't feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been a better discussion if Anthony was here, of course. But I think Jimmy did a very good job defending Anthony yesterday when D.L. Hughley was talking about the situation and informing D.L. on the whole thing, too. I don't know if he knew all the facts.
Right.
So I thought it was just a good appearance by D.L. Hughley and a good discussion as far as that topic goes.
You guys always defended stuff like that. And in this case, he didn't ask for, say, Anthony should have been fired. It's like,
right.
What the fuck do you want the guy to do?
Right.
Like, what do you want him to come in here and say?
Yeah.
I don't have any opinion on anything anybody said. Like, come on, man.
Right.
It's silly.
Yeah, whatever.
Did I tell you when I was in Florida that Ron and Young Paul. Yeah,
wait, it's now called Ron and Young Paul?
I think so. I always mix it up.
So could we do Opie and
Paul and Young Ron, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, could we do Opie and Young Anthony?
I wouldn't care for that. I don't think Anthony would care. There's no Tony here. How about Young Sal?
Young Sal?
Opie and Young Sal.
I was just thinking, I don't know.
They had me on.
I still think we just call it Opie and Anthony because, of the Ron and Fez thing.
Yeah.
They still call it Ron and Fez.
Yeah, you should call it Opie and Anthony.
What? That would work.
No, it would.
Is that hurtful?
To Fez, yeah.
Oh. Anyway, in Florida, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. And they had a station, and I like that they did this.
Yeah.
Because they were just talking. We talked about Ant, and they had the station. The guy who runs like Miami Clear Channel is their station boss. This guy Lonnie, and he looked like Gary. He's like a bald guy, and he came on and said why he would have fired Anthony, and it was. He was just giving a management point of view, and it was like I'm sitting there, I'm biting my teeth, like I was so angry.
Sure,
but it was a pleasant talk because I can't get mad at him for just giving a management, because that's what anyone in management would have said.
Yeah,
but it's like I had to debate that point of view, and it's like on regular radio I couldn't curse. You can't just yell die at somebody. You got to hear them out, and it's like, all right, he's a smart guy, and what the fuck am I going to do?
Right. We're trying to figure this whole thing out, but yesterday D.L. Hughley reminded me that being on satellite is way better than being on regular radio. I couldn't believe some of the stuff he was saying about regular radio. They hire a guy like D.L. Hughley. They're giving him a ton of stations, and then they're just fucking telling him what he can and can't talk about because there might be too many women listening or something. Or kids. That's management and program directors that don't understand that women also like to hear some edgy shit and want to just be entertained and laugh as well. You can't handcuff someone like D.L. Hughley.
They get one complaint and they're like, fucking, they freak out. Stop talking about it.
Yeah, that's why the Anthony situation is strange still as we continue, moving forward or whatever. It's been, 15, 16 days now. They let us say whatever the fuck we want on the radio. On this channel right now, we could say whatever we want.
Yeah.
That's why it's so weird that went down like that. Because it wasn't anything on the radio, and honestly, like we've said all week, if Anthony did that whole rant on the radio, we would have got through it.
Absolutely,
we absolutely would have got through it. I
think sometimes people just in a moment they panic a little because again, management is not used to being in a position where the post calls them for a comment. Mm-hmm. They're guys who come in here and like any boss anywhere, they're not used to. They want to come in and just go to 4th of July weekend. And the fucking Page 6 is calling them, or the Daily News, or the Washington Post. They're like, like they don't want to be lumped in, but they're like, he's fired,
right?
Because then this is what the papers do. This is how fucked up the press is when they don't comment. Because Sirius tried no comment at first. They were not going to talk about it.
Right.
They probably hope it will go away.
Right.
And then the papers are, well, since they haven't comment, we guess they support his comment.
Oh, right. I saw that.
And it's such a shitty thing because the paper knows that they're just bullying them into a comment.
Yeah, they're just shitty people. We all know that.
They're terrible.
So that's how that went down yesterday.
Yeah.
But I have no time for anyone that just casually calls D.L. Hughley a nig.
Ugh, silly.
That was just ridiculous. Goodbye. Don't need you. Don't need you at all.
And he's a good guest, and he's funny.
He was hilarious.
New material every fucking time. His act is new every time. It's topical.
And then, he throws some of that honesty out there, which, that wasn't a popular thing to say here, that he thinks Ant doesn't like black people. But that's pretty damn interesting radio if you're in your car. Like, whoa, what the hell's going on now,
Yeah, and it's also, he said, him saying Anthony shouldn't be fired probably not be popular on his station. Like, the black audience probably wouldn't want to hear DL saying that Ant shouldn't be fired.
Right,
so
of
it's
course.
like I don't know what people expect, how they expect a discussion to go.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. Whatever. So.
No one's calling in to yell at us yet?
I don't know. What is it today?
Yeah.
What is it today?
Yeah, what have we done wrong?
What is it today? Everyone's going to be okay. Listen to us for a while. Ant's going to start his thing very, very soon. And you listen to that as well. And then whatever. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe we do this, he does that. And then in between, we meet for a little something else. You never know.
Yeah. Just push Anthony.
That's another option, by the way.
What? Oh, it's something, a third thing.
A third thing.
Yeah.
We do this, he does that. And then we get together for something else. Why not?
I just wouldn't want to drive out to Long Island every day. That's a hard drive.
No, that's not the solution. I've been trying to tell people. The solution is not to drive out to Long Island and do a podcast from Anthony's house. He's gonna do it, and it's gonna be very successful. But that's not how I envision us doing a podcast. There's just no way.
He's a good room set up too.
I know, but what are we gonna do? Pull up into his driveway and hope that he's awake?
Yeah. His nice house. We're driving back in rush hour traffic.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't have to move any. He doesn't have to get in a car. Me and Jimmy have to drive out there. Just going out to Long Island's a nightmare. You can leave in the middle of the night. You're going to have traffic.
Yeah.
And then we're going to show up and what? The party's going to still be happening.
You think, Ant, there's a man vomiting on my seat.
Right.
But he would have a logical argument because he would probably go, look, I did this for 10 years. And what can we say? Like, yeah, you did. Okay, right. So I guess it's fair. You know, it's fair that we have to come out.
I mean, we would probably have plenty of material just walking in his house.
That studio is amazing.
No, it's beautiful.
Green screen wall.
Yeah, it'll be way better than what we're doing here. Obviously.
Yeah. I was watching one recently. I went back, I don't know why I'm talking about Anthony like he's dead. It's like I talk to him, 4 days a week.
Right.
But I was watching one he did where he had that stalker and he was playing phone calls. Like just her on the, and it was just him by himself. It was just so fucking funny.
Right.
I'm like, that's what you should be doing with something like that. Just going live and
fooling around,
popping it on, fooling around, and yeah, it was really funny.
We're fooling around over here, guys.
Yeah, we are.
We're just fooling around over here.
Just so people could see us fooling around.
Yeah, and we're acknowledging that this isn't even close to the Opie and Anthony show anymore. We're trying to just try to do something different with this.
Norton and Friends is still the one I push
Norton
for.
and Friends.
Yeah, it's just not catching a lot of steam around
on
here.
your radio dial.
Yeah, no one is really picking up on that around here. Unfortunately.
I mean, if you got to cancel, I don't know what to tell you. People are canceling subs. All right, cancel then. What are you going to do?
I don't know what to say.
We're
when
in a
people
tough
say
spot.
That. Yeah.
I don't want you to cancel, but if that's how you have to make your voice heard, then cancel. What do you want from me? Fuck. We're in a horrible situation, and in the end, we had nothing to do with it.
People come in. A guy in my building yesterday. He's like, dude, I canceled my satellite, but I don't want to leave you. I'm like, it's a bad position people are in, too, because they want to show tremendous support for Ant, and they're displeased.
Right.
But they want to support us. They don't know how to do it. And I don't know what to tell people either.
And then we have nowhere to go. We have nowhere to go right now. Where are we going?
I don't know.
They want us to just go to Anthony's house. That's not going to work. Could something else work? I'm keeping my options open, of course.
I don't think Bob's very good with the internet stuff. I don't think Bob is very good at all. He still calls my old phone. Our agent still calls my 201 number.
He called my old phone, which is even worse if you think about it. Because a lot of the shit has always gone through me first. And
right.
This all went down, and I finally got a hold of him. He goes, oh, man, I left 3 or 4 voicemails. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I don't have a voicemail set up on my phone. I just don't. If you need me, you can text me and say, hey, man, call me, period. That's how I work it these days. And he called like some XM phone they gave me years ago that I gave back, and because it was, whatever. I'll try not to bitch.
Well, I told him the same things. Take that number out of your thing.
Right.
I don't have it.
Yeah.
People still call. What are you doing? I told you one time, Louis, I happen to have my old phone open.
Right.
And he's another one who just refuses to get rid of my old number. It was a Friday night. It was the Dane Cook episode of Louis that I was in, where I was in the basement doing the tongue thing.
Yeah, sure.
It was at 5 o'clock on a Friday, and that phone just lit up, and it was Louis on the phone. It's my old number, and I just picked it up. I'm like, hello? He goes, hey, can you be in the Bronx by 7? I'm like, what? You fucking psycho? He's like, I can have a car for you there by 6. Can you be here by 7?
Yeah. Because
there was a mix-up with Todd Barry's schedule. I'm like, I wasn't supposed to be in that episode. It happened to just ring on my old. So since then, it's been hard for me to throw the old phone out because I'm like,
just in case.
Yeah, in case a big call comes in.
Right.
It's the one time that happened, but I never would have forgiven myself if he's like, I left you a message.
Yeah, I don't even know why I had a second phone for a while. It was stupid. They were handing out phones and phone numbers for everybody at XM. And then, because they had a shitty phone, I bought a brand new phone. And then when I decided, whatever. I'm trying not to.
What happened?
I'm still mad at the fact that a phone I bought, they took possession of because there was some software on it that they put on. And so technically, when they put the software on this phone, they now own this phone and wanted it back. I'm like, but I bought that phone. To this day, that drives me
Couldn't
nuts.
they just take the software off it?
No, at the time they're like, nope. This is in the rules or whatever, in the rule book.
You probably signed it. It's probably in the contract in fucking subsection 11.
Yeah, some dumb thing.
Have you gone over like I've looked at it like paragraph by paragraph and talked. It's not as hard to understand as I thought. Now I'd call Bob with this or that.
Right.
Reading a contract, they purposely make it hard though, just so lawyers have a job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, just so lawyers stay in business. I've never read the fine print in a contract. Hell no.
But when you look it over, it's like most of it is pretty understandable. If they would just say Jim and company.
Yeah.
A subsection of lender. What the fuck's a lender?
I don't know.
What does that mean? They just do that to confuse you. Put my name.
Right.
Put your name Sirius, my name Jim, or any company.
Right.
And I can follow that much easier.
Yeah.
If we do this, Sirius gets this, Jim gets that.
Why does it have to be in lawyer speak?
Yeah, or Roman numerals.
All that shit. Why? That's just so those guys could talk to each other and then no one else could get involved. And they could charge you by the hour.
Yeah, it's to make it confusing because
Right.
it's like we could have a discussion about whatever radio or something and talk about it where someone not in it might not be as easy for them to follow. Mm-hmm. That's all they're doing.
Yeah. Anyway,
They're just fucking doing it to confuse us. I don't like it.
So far we're doing all right though. I think, considering the circumstances, I'm getting a few laughs out of it. I was deeply, deeply bummed out and depressed the last week and a half or so, but I think Pete Rose turned me around. Pete Rose turned me around. I told you before the show, I might as well mention it on the air. Him punching you in this video, there's a long-form video. It's about, I think it's a little over 9 minutes on my YouTube channel of Pete Rose's appearance. I just threw a whole bunch of highlights together. It's hilarious, but it's long. It's 9 minutes.
There's 9 minutes of highlights?
9 minutes of highlights. Wow. Yeah, and
he's up like 30 minutes.
I probably could have made it even longer, but whatever. So, but there's a part of that video that I'm going to isolate and upload separately. He's making fun of Rich Voss's shirt, and he gets a good line in, and he's so excited and happy with the line and the laugh he got in the room. He turns to Jimmy and excitedly punches him twice
in the arm. He touched me. They like to grab me, guests, for some reason.
But the punch is so fucking funny. That's like old school.
Yeah.
Like the jocks in high school would do that to you. You know, they would get excited and punch you a couple times in the arm.
Yeah.
And that's what Pete Rose did to Jimmy. That's got to be a highlight for you.
Dude, it's amazing. It was fucking Pete Rose. And it was like, it's the equivalent of putting you like in a fun headlock.
Right.
Or bear hugging you like, you fucker.
Right.
It was like just an affectionate, like, weird thing that alpha males do when they're having a good time.
Yeah.
It's just really...
it's only like 20 seconds. I have to upload it as a separate video because it's just been making us laugh. I played it for Colin yesterday. And is this it?
It was fun. Please, I'd rather drink hepatitis.
Voss was hilarious, by the way.
Voss
What
killed.
did the game work? We had 66 TVs in my room.
Yeah, what's the
66.
Nah, whatever. It's more of a visual, but every time I see it, I laugh so freaking hard.
Dude, fucking Voss, when he said you're out of breath, he goes, I had to walk around you and Bobby.
Right.
Oh, he's funny.
That's some quick shit.
But like you said, there wasn't even a break in like to time to consider that. That is just, it's almost like someone said that.
Right.
And he had an hour to go home and think about it and come back. And it's like, that's how he said it. As if it was part of the written script. It was so fast.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I said it on the air, but when I was editing the video, that's where this came from. It was a great line, and I'm like, there wasn't even time for Rich to think about that line. That's how creepy fast he is.
Yeah, it's lightning fucking quick, Voss.
Voss gets a beating by a lot of people, but he is fucking brilliant and the best counterpuncher out there.
Yeah. He is. He's fucking. And Voss's thing is he can take a beating for a long time, and then all of a sudden he just comes up. And Colin said that too. Like he can get beat up for a long time and take it,
right?
And then all of a sudden you think you got him, and you make one mistake, and he's now uppercutted your fucking tongue through your teeth. Like that's the.
And you're on the mat looking up, going, "What the fuck happened? I was winning this thing. I was winning."
Yeah, and Bob's a real hunk of shit too. Like he's really good at that. Like Bob is really good at fucking giving somebody an absolute pounding. Bobby's very underrated at giving somebody a beating. Yeah.
Yeah. So
really quite savage.
I think he was starstruck with Pete Rose though.
Oh, but Pete kept calling him chubby.
Yeah. Well, that didn't help either. But I think he was a little starstruck because he was quiet during the Pete Rose thing.
He kept fucking. He comes in, he starts insulting Gervais, who apparently he really likes.
Right.
Bob's chubby. He's making fun of me. He's making. Oh, he's just great.
And he's calling me the Opester.
Oh yeah. What's your name?
That hurt. That hurt a little bit.
Why are you Opie?
Right. I don't even know why I'm Opie at this point. I'm too old to be Opie. God, it's stupid.
And people were right when they criticized this. We didn't mention his haircut, and I did want to say something, and I just forgot. I kept forgetting.
So did I. I had it actually written down to work in.
Yeah.
I don't write down a lot of stuff, obviously. But that one, I just was like, I think I could get one in. Yeah. And then I just never got to it.
Yeah, I fucked a lot of girls with your haircut. I wanted to say, I just couldn't.
I had it,
Couldn't do it.
I was going to do it. I just forgot.
Went away.
And I couldn't find my spot. Also, I was in mourning. I'm still in mourning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird, dude.
Very weird.
It's really strange.
And it's not. It would be a lot easier if Ant had like done something terrible and gotten arrested. Like I wish Ant hit somebody with a fucking for no
Fire
reason at all. Yeah, exactly. Or drove over a woman on purpose and backdogged. At least all right. Well, Anthony.
Yeah.
There's I get it then.
Right.
But this is just. It is just grieving. But you talk to Ant, he's fucking. I'm telling you, man.
He's very excited.
He's a man who hasn't cried since 1995. Like, when I talk to him, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. Ant is a fucking rock.
Right.
He's not collapsing.
And look, company will probably be mad, but go to anthonycumia.com. So that's where all the info is for when he's starting up.
Absolutely. I don't even think they would like when he goes live. I'll fucking tweet it and mention it. Like, I don't want it. There's no competition. I want people to support us, and I want people to support him.
Well, obviously, like, we're going to be using the same people and all that shit. All the guys you know and love from this radio show, I have no doubt they're going to do his show as well.
Yeah, if he has a phone system set up, because they're not going to drive unless he helicopters them.
Yeah,
watch Ant get a system where he helicopters them out with his fucking drone.
Right. So I mean, it's gonna be a little strange, but I think it's in a weird way it's exciting. He's doing his thing, we're doing our thing for now, and then we see what happens. Who knows? Or maybe there's a third thing. I like the idea of a third thing.
I like the idea of knowing I have one thing.
Yeah.
I'm scared I'm not going to have anything.
No,
I went a long time looking at Sam right now. I went a long time with nothing, Sam.
You'll have some things. We all have things.
I hope so. I feel like I keep getting close, and then whatever. I feel like I keep getting close and getting ready to get on the ship, but then I just stand there and watch it pull out of the dock and wave at everybody. Yeah, goodbye.
All right.
Have a good trip.
What do we got going on today?
Very sad.
We got a lot of great videos actually today. We really do. We have another girl on drugs, getting her wisdom teeth out, saying stupid shit. That's pretty funny.
Is it like purposely stupid shit, or is she really fucked up?
She just, Is
she a kid?
Yeah.
Oh.
When you're under, you say stupid things.
Yeah.
I've rarely been under, and I just don't want anyone around because I don't know what I'm going to blurt out. Does anyone else think this way?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
I have no deep, dark secrets, but I just think if you're under fucking the influence and you're coming out of it, you might just say something really ridiculous. Just think of some of the things you dream about. And now if you just blurted out some of those dreams in front of your loved ones, they're going to look at you like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's too weird. And it's too scary to know I'm going to say. You never want a girlfriend around when you're coming out. Fuck your friend. Yeah, I know you love me to hear from fuck your friend. What? Put it in my hidey. Yeah, put 3 fingers in my hidey.
Anyway, we got one of those. This girl, she gets her wisdom teeth out, and she says some crazy stuff. And, I don't think she would say this type of thing if she wasn't under the influence, right?
Sam?
Yeah, this went up as a series of vines, and then they were deleted, but...
Why were they deleted?
I mean, she was probably embarrassed. I'm assuming she or her friend or mom put them up.
Right.
But obviously, everything lives forever on the internet, so they uploaded them to YouTube as a series.
Well, cool. Gawkers, at least they're highlighting it.
Huh?
Gawker's on Gawker. I can't wait till something happens to them.
To Gawker?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking scumbags. We gave them that Anthony Weiner thing back in the day, and they owed us for that.
There's no loyalty.
I know.
They're just terrible.
Let's see what they got today. I almost don't want to play this because of how bad they are.
Well, it's not that. You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah,
just go to
okay.
YouTube.
It's not like it's
all right, so we're playing this off YouTube today.
Yeah, and it's not theirs.
All right, good. Hold on, pause that for a second. I see Florentine coming down the hall. He should come right in because he might have a few things to say about this.
Yeah,
Why?
Yeah, why we have to videotape everyone?
Right.
We get it. What's the problem?
What's the problem here?
We know.
I'm not 8. I'm not 8 is one of my my favorite Florentine lines.
I know. I'm not 8. You can say that again.
Ketchup, what? I'm not 8. Good morning,
a lot of flack for that ketchup line.
Did you really?
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, how can you not like ketchup?"
Well, because it's not American. Hamburgers.
It's just
hamburgers
all
and ketchup. That's it.
It's liquid sugar. That's all it is.
There is a lot
it's
of
all
sugar.
chemicals in it. It does. I'm not going to put sugar on my steak. Sugar. You don't have to put sugar on anything.
I like some ketchup on my steak.
I guess a hamburger. You're at a barbecue or something like that. You throw a little on, but you don't need it on French fries.
Although the Peter Luger's steak sauce is by far the best thing you could do.
Is that place good? I passed by that.
Peter
a few times.
Luger's?
I've never eaten there.
It's ridiculous.
I hear it's a delightful.
It's awesome. You got to go.
Are they cash only?
Yes, it's cash only.
What the fuck
Eric
is that?
finally talking.
It's his first time he's spoken.
I know. I didn't even know he was going to talk. I just heard Peter Luger's. I want to eat there. I've heard that they're amazing. Stop yelling at me. I'm going to.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was
Peter Luger's in Brooklyn.
It's in Williamsburg.
Right.
Well, they have one out on Long Island now, too, or something, don't they?
But who goes to Long Island?
I think back in the day, Joey Paisano brought me to one in Long Island. I think that was a Peter Luger's. But you go to the one in Brooklyn, and when we used to go back in the day, he's right. It's all cash. You eat like shit. Your cholesterol, you could see go up in front of your eyes.
It's all picnic tables.
Yeah, it's all just wooden tables, and people take their steak knives and just stab the tables after they've had a few drinks.
Really?
Cash, no credit cards.
Do you sit at a picnic table?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them picnic tables.
They're long
wooden
fancy
tables.
picnic tables.
With strangers, you said?
Oh, yeah.
No, they can see
They
you.
split it up.
Yeah.
No women. It's like old school.
Yeah,
There's barely a broad in there, and they get really mad if broads walk in. It's that type of place. Unless it's changed, because I haven't been there in probably 5 or 6 years now, but there were barely any broads. And I say it like that because I think that's how they look at it. And then we pulled up in a car, and then there's a bunch of this is back in the day.
Right.
I don't know if this is still happening. A bunch of homies, and you pay the homies to make sure your car doesn't get fucked up.
Don't they have valet there?
They might have that all now, but it was a bad neighborhood when I used to go there. So you would pull up, and you would give these guys that weren't really working for Peter Luger's a few bucks, and they made sure that your car was untouchable.
But how do you know? Like, if you only gave them $20, maybe they mess with your car, though. Maybe people give them 50, and they go, "Oh, just give me 20. I'm going to cut his tires."
If you give them 20, they still might pop a tire, but they're not breaking in and grabbing, old school stereo or something. I don't know.
I want to go there.
But it's a great place.
I've heard it's amazing. I passed by it. I'm like, fuck, I want to eat there, man.
They have a great tomato salad. You should get it. Just telling you.
They have good desserts there?
I've never got a dessert there.
Oh, you don't like desserts?
No.
I want to get a nice big steak at Peter Luger's.
This is the first thing you say on the radio since all hell broke loose?
Surprise.
Not one word of support for Anthony, not one I miss him. I mentioned Peter Luger, and he fucking bangs his head on the light, jumping up. What a creep.
He supports steak. All right. You got anything to say?
No, that was it.
About the situation at hand?
Yes, go to Peter Luger's. It's delicious.
You mean the Anthony situation?
Oh, that.
Have you not heard what happened?
What do you mean, oh, that?
I support it.
What? Damn, man, stop being so passionate. You're gonna.
I think he might have something else lined up here at the company. He's keeping quiet.
Good point, Jim. Maybe he does.
Moving over to another show or something.
He was talking over you to get in his steak stuff.
Right.
That is true.
And the ant stuff is just like, I support Ant.
Now all of a sudden you're Samuel the Shy Sea Lion. It's irritating.
His passions are a little different.
Why am I sorry? Why am I shocked? He hasn't heard a fucking brutal fat joke in 5 days. No one's happier than E-Rock. He hasn't been called a pig. He hasn't heard E-Rock when a whale is. This is the man that made whale noises. E-Rock's probably the one who called the fucking press. Did you guys see what he's saying?
He probably gave all the clips to Gawker.
Yeah, creep. It's all your fault.
Just trying to be helpful, right? Were you just trying to be helpful?
Always.
I know you care. So You just show it in different ways. What can I tell you?
Yeah, we actually verbalize it and talk to Ant, and you just keep quiet and pipe up about steak.
Tomato salad.
Yeah, tomato salad.
Why is the tomato salad? Because I saw Florentine's face. Why is the tomato salad worth mentioning here?
They have their own kind of. They make their own kind of vinaigrette with it. It's delicious.
Do you like a good vinaigrette?
I don't mind it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's fine. All right. You need some flavor to the salad.
You don't mind a little vinaigrette, but no ketchup.
No.
What about the mozzarella with the tomatoes?
That's all right.
You do that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cucumbers and tomatoes?
Yeah.
Little onion?
No problem.
Little green pepper in there?
Great, yeah.
All right.
No problem with vegetables.
Turn it into a little Greek salad, maybe?
No olives.
I like an olive.
No.
I don't like black olives.
Whoa.
I really don't. But every other olive I love. The martini green ones I like. The ones that are sort of purpley, I like those.
So you get it like when you get a margarita?
Margarita?
Yeah, you get the olives like on a stick like the chicks do. You got like 6 of them on there. I hate when that.
But I eat them. I eat the olives, though.
You do? So you get them on a stick like a toothpick?
Yeah.
You don't like that?
Well, no.
No.
I don't drink a lot of old school martinis, but I'll eat
But
the
so you've been
olive.
at a bar before and you have the olives on the stick?
Yeah. That's how I discovered that I like green olives, actually. I tried it one day. I said, you know what, this isn't bad. So now I actually buy them in the jar.
You think women do that?
And I add them to my salad.
Yeah, all the women do it at the bar.
Right.
Yeah, they're all, yeah. There's no way you got laid that night when you were single.
Eating
olives off a toothpick.
After, ordering the cool drink, the martini. Little dirty martini with the olive juice in there. No,
Yeah.
nothing? All right. We invited you in because there's a girl who got her wisdom teeth out and she's saying stupid shit. So we thought this would be a good...
Well, she's all horned up.
She is horned up.
How old is she, you think?
I would say 15, 16.
She's late teen, mid to late teen.
Mid to late teens, maybe. Let's call it 17 or 18.
Sure.
To play it safe. I don't know. And because she's under the drugs, you say stupid shit.
Right.
And I haven't been under many times in my life, but I always get paranoid I'm going to say stupid shit. So I get very nervous if family members are around. Because who knows what could pop out of your head at any moment.
Yeah, that's
you know what
true.
I mean? So this is what she said under the influence.
Look how hot my doctor is.
People need it at her stage.
So hot.
That happens.
You're a hot doctor.
Okay.
It's medication. Oh yeah, it's medication.
Mommy.
Yes, darling.
I want to have sex with Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling?
I want white dick. I want to fuck white dick.
Stop that!
I want to be a Kardashian. Please help me. Is this what marijuana feels like?
No, I don't think so.
Because I don't like it.
No, I don't think so, honey.
Oh my God. How embarrassing.
Well, at least she said she wants white dick.
Yes.
She wants white
She
dick.
proves she's a good girl. Good for her.
Here you go. Nice.
She wants to fuck Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. For me, if you're a chick, I guess I get it.
Yeah, I mean,
She's like a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably has all fucking blood breath because she has gauze in her mouth.
Right. Yeah.
What's worse than fucking wisdom tooth out blood breath?
I never had the wisdom teeth pulled.
Really? They all came in nice?
Came all in nice.
Oh, mine came
All
in
nice.
fucking horrible. Like someone threw a rock through a bay window.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
All sideways and shit.
Yeah. They all had to be taken out, all 4. Do you lose them or no?
Yeah, I only had 2 taken out.
They're painful, man. When your blood doesn't coagulate properly and it dry sockets, I've never felt pain like that in my life. Never.
Oof, really?
I felt like somebody, because they pack it with something.
Right.
I think I smoked, and you suck out the clot that's
Right.
building, and then they wind up it's like a piece of dry bone.
Yeah.
And like food collects in it that
Oh, my
stinks.
God.
And it feels like someone is taking like a little needle
Yeah.
and rubbing it on your bare bone. It was agony. And they finally went back in and filled it. And that was okay, but man, that was painful.
Yeah, I remember it hit a nerve. I thought I needed glasses. I was getting headaches every day. I went and got got my eyes checked, and they're like, yeah, you could probably start you wearing glasses and stuff. I had no idea that it was actually a wisdom tooth hitting a nerve.
Wow.
The only time I felt good is when I went on stage. I remember going on stage at the Cellar, and that's because the adrenaline of being on there, I didn't even feel the pain on my nerve.
Right.
So I would stay up there for like 20, 25 minutes. I'm like, I just want to stay up here. And then finally they realized, I went to a dentist. He goes, no, you got your wisdom teeth need to be taken out right away. And that's what it was.
And
I had no idea. I thought it was a brain tumor. I had
Sure.
Yeah, even aspirin, none of that stuff. That Ambisol or whatever you rub on it.
Nothing worked.
You were probably happy when you realized it was just a wisdom tooth.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
That was probably a relief. God damn, that's not good.
They had to operate, right? They actually do surgery.
Yeah, rip it out. Yeah, it was like $150. I had no insurance at the time, so I think it was like $100. I said, just take out two. Just take out the both on one side.
That's
all
cheap,
I can afford.
though. You're not going to get that done for $150 these days.
It was something like dentist in like some Spanish neighborhood. It was shady.
I don't
old neighborhood?
Yeah, in the old neighborhood. Yeah,
I still got to pay out of pocket. We don't have dentist coverage. We don't have dentistry. Why?
You don't have dental. You don't have that?
No.
I'm pretty sure I do through SAG.
you do. Yeah, through SAG you have it. Yeah, through
Or
the Actors
AFTRA.
Union. Yeah.
Wait, I'm after.
Then you maybe do have it. What are you after from?
I don't know.
No, this is not an after gig.
This isn't an after.
No.
Is this a SAG gig?
No.
No.
Is this a sad gig?
Yeah. Yes.
Because I had a root canal and I had to pay out the fucking nose.
How much was it?
That's like
Thousands.
Yeah, like $3,000.
Well, it
Because
started.
they got to cap it off too at the end of the root canal too, right?
Well, it started with I told the story on the air, but really fast. I was eating hummus, the softest thing you could eat, and my tooth broke. I'm like, oh boy, there's a problem. So then they started with a crown. So they do a crown, which is not cheap, obviously. And then there is still problems. So then they go, oh, you better go see a specialist. So then they're like, yeah, you need a root canal. So then they drilled through the crown to do the root canal. I had to pay for all this shit. And then go back to the dentist, so he had to fix the crown. They got me for, I don't know, at least 5 or 6 G's on one fucking tooth.
Should have just had it pulled.
I was thinking about that because it still bothers me to this day. And they can't figure out what's wrong with it still.
It's probably a nerve thing.
Yeah. So
Probably a nerve.
I cracked a tooth one time, like eating a sandwich, like a sub sandwich, and I had to go on stage in like 2 hours. And it was my front tooth just came because I was air guitaring with a hammer. I remember when I was like 15 years old to Van Halen, and I cracked my tooth.
On the hammer?
Yeah.
Because I was from headbanging?
Yeah, I was just, I don't know, roll around in bed or something like that. Yeah. So it was my front tooth, so I cracked it. And then like 8
Wait,
years
were you
later.
using it as a microphone or
no,
the
it was a guitar.
How big was the hammer?
It was just a regular sized hammer, but I think I did a flip off the bed or something like that.
And broke your own tooth?
Yeah, I cracked my front tooth, and then like 8 years later, it just broke when I was eating a sandwich. I had to go on stage in like 2 hours. So I'm like, it was like a Saturday. So I just put crazy glue on the tooth and just stuck it right back up there, and it worked. Until I went to the dentist on Monday. Like, you put crazy glue in your mouth.
Right.
But it's, it worked.
How much of the tooth fell off?
Like 3/4 of it.
Holy shit.
And it was the front tooth.
I'm trying to think if I remember that because I knew you then.
Yeah, I was doing comedy. It was, about 3 years in, 3 or 4 years in.
What song was it?
It was probably like Light Up the Sky.
All right.
It was a heavy one. It wasn't. It wasn't You're No Good. Right. It wasn't the Linda Ronstadt cover.
Oh, very nice.
It wasn't. I saw Sammy Hagar. I was watching a Van Halen videos, and I saw Sammy Hagar on stage recently.
Yeah.
He still sounds really good, but I just can't get into the whole Cabo Wabo thing.
We had him in doing some of those songs. They're all right. They're like party songs. So I don't know.
I just can't stand these. The beach, the whole beach mentality. We're at the beach. Fucking give some fuck.
Tequila. Hey. Girls in bikinis and tequila.
Yeah, it was this weird. It was a live thing on like Access TV or something where it was just.
Yeah, he has like a bar on stage and.
Right. Yeah, he
wears
all
like
in.
Hawaiian shirt and sandals and stuff.
He's all in with that tiki angle.
Oh, I hate
tiki bar angle.
I hate tiki shit. It drives me nuts.
Got sandals on stage, right?
Yeah.
I guess tiki is not for sober people, though. It's more if you're drunk and.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It is,
more
right?
bad Hawaiian shirt. Go to the beach, drink cocktails with olives.
The weirdest band thing I ever saw. I was working in Buffalo and we had to play Yes, and so we went and saw Yes in Buffalo. I actually liked Yes for a little while.
Yeah, they had some good stuff.
I don't know why I'm beating them up. And we were fortunate enough, perks of the job, to go to the venue early and stuff, or the night before. I forget exactly. This is many years ago. John Anderson, the lead singer of Yes back in the day, used to set up a tent on stage, and he would sleep in the venues. How weird is that? But it would probably be kind of cool if you think about it.
Sleep.
He would set up a tent on the kind of on the side of the stage, and while everyone else was getting hotel rooms before the gig and stuff, he would sleep in the tent.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how long he was doing this for, but they're like, yeah, that's John Anderson's tent. He'll be sleeping here tonight. I'm like, what? That was the strangest one I ever came across.
There's no reason for that.
I don't know. Imagine being in a venue by yourself though at night. That
weird.
Kind of cool
To get the vibe. It's just a weird thing.
Well, he was always a little bit strange and cool and hippie-ish.
Yeah, but usually they leave right after the show, like 2 a.m. The bus takes off and goes to the next town.
Right.
So maybe he got in the night before. Yeah, that's.
Well, they leave.
The guy was in. Yes, he could have got a hotel room.
I wonder if he's a cheapskate. I wonder if he's like a Mick Foley cheapskate and did want to pay for a room.
I don't know. If anyone has info on that, it's something I haven't even thought of in years.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing this going, wow, that's a strange one. So what was that all about? You know?
It couldn't just be to get the vibe of the room. I bet you it's a Mick Foley thing. You didn't want to spend money in a hotel.
Maybe it was just something different instead of just, maybe he was sick of hotels at that point. This was probably the late 80s. He was already at it for many, many years. So.
Well, Neil Peart would do that on tour. I don't know if he still does. He would ride his motorcycle to the next gig, him and his buddies.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
They'd map it out. Like he'd sleep in the bus right after the gig at when it was over till about 6 a.m. They'd get up and they would just take bikes to the next wherever it was, 7, 8 hours away.
Get up at 6 a.m?
Yeah, whatever to hit the road. Yeah,
but that sounds cool. That one's not bad.
That's better than sleeping in a tent.
Yeah.
I don't know, motorcycle for 6. Who wants to? I'm just thinking, like, why would you want to get up early and then go play drums?
He's known for loving his bike, though, so that's his thing.
Yeah, after his daughter was killed, I think he just went on a fucking long.
And his wife.
His wife died too. Yeah,
and honestly, he probably was sick of the band and wanted to just get out there by himself for a little while. Although at that point, they probably all had separate tour buses, I would assume.
Yeah,
it wasn't the early days of Rush. We had Geddy Lee in once. He was cool.
Those guys are great. We had Alex and Geddy on the show before. They were great.
I love Geddy Lee.
Really funny guys, too.
Were you there that day at NEW?
I've never met any of them.
With the girl with the huge boobs, and he was all in? He was loving it?
No, I was not.
Oh, yeah. That was the only time we talked to him. We thought he would come back because he had a good time, but we never saw him again. Yeah.
He was pitched a couple of times.
Huh?
He was pitched a couple of times by Roland.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
I would have said yes, or I probably did say yes.
There's a lot of no's.
You don't like Geddy Lee?
No. I like him, but there's a lot of no's. I was overridden. I was like, yeah, let's get to Geddy Lee.
I said no.
Yeah, I think it was just like like it wasn't like you alone and two. It was like,
I don't even know what is Rush doing these days. Are they still touring?
Still touring, yeah. They put an album out like every 2 years. I saw them about 2 years ago. They were great.
How's the new stuff?
It's good.
It's just tough to listen to new stuff from these bands.
They play a lot of new stuff. They do a 3-hour show. They don't have any opening band. They do like an hour and a half, take a 20-minute break, intermission, and then come back out and play like another hour and a half.
And do they play all their classics for the second half?
Yeah, they do throw a few in the beginning, but they play a lot of new stuff in the beginning.
That's kind of smart. Instead of having an opener, you could really, pump up the new stuff.
I don't mind the new stuff. If you get into it, I don't mind if it's decent. I don't
know. Name one song.
No, I'm just saying, like with a band, I like when they do. When Sabbath played, they did 4 new songs. It was 4. They actually did a song off the bonus edition,
right?
Methademic. They did in the beginning of the tour too. I love when they play new stuff.
This is the first time I ever wanted new stuff was listening to the Sabbath tour. I wanted new shit.
AC/DC, their last tour, they did 5 new songs off that Black Ice album. Metallica did 5.
Black Ice was a good album.
Yeah, and Metallica, Death Magnetic did 5 songs.
Right. No, there's still bands that can pull off new music, but in general, I don't know. Like Journey, do you want to hear a new Journey song? You don't want to hear any Journey, probably.
No, I don't mind Journey. I've seen them before.
Okay.
With Steve Perry or the new guy?
With the new guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the new guy's pretty good.
Yeah, he's great. I wouldn't mind a song or two. Van Halen played like 3 or 4 new songs in the last record.
How was it?
On the last tour. It was good.
It was all right?
Yeah. I don't like the same classic rock set, the same 15 songs.
Right. Yeah.
Guns N' Roses does a lot of that too, actually. With the Chinese Democracy, play like 4 or 5 songs.
Are those songs good?
It's a pretty good record. The songs that they play live are good.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting old. My taste is
even like the last Pearl Jam record was good.
No, Pearl Jam, I'm all in with new stuff. See, so I don't mind that they're still coming out with new things.
And that's a band that definitely does new stuff when they perform.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And they're doing it right. I don't know what the difference is. Like if I go see Pearl Jam, yeah, I want to hear new stuff. If I go see Rush, I don't want to hear new stuff for whatever reason. I just want to hear Limelight and get the hell out of there.
Right.
Yeah, what they close with Rush? Was it Limelight?
Probably.
That would be the one, maybe.
Spirit of the Radio.
Spirit of the Radio's up there. They put on a great show, though.
Neil
I've
on
seen
drums is a monster.
Absolutely.
Best drummer probably of all time.
I would.
Bill Burr doesn't like him. I think it's really funny.
Bill doesn't?
No, Bill was into the drums. But yet, Dad, I'm fucking sick of Neil Peart. It's so funny. No one hates Neil Peart. I believe he does not like. I could be wrong, but I remember Burr talking about how he doesn't like Neil Peart.
Well, he's a big Bonham guy, Bill.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely is. All right, why don't we take a break here? We got Florentine today. What do you got going on there, Jim?
My tickets for on sale for my special, September 13th. George Street Playhouse, New Brunswick, New Jersey. Go to georgestreetplayhouse.org or jimflorentine.com. Get the tickets there.
Great. Yeah, that's going to sell out. And the podcast is doing very well.
Podcast is doing good. And this weekend, I'm at Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club in Point Pleasant working on the material, New Jersey.
Cool. We'll be back.
Sirius 206 XM 103.
I'm talking about the pyramids. I think my theory explains the pyramids. You ever watch like a documentary on the pyramids? Guesswork! They don't have a fucking clue as to how those things were built. This is real. I'm not making any of this up. Great Pyramid of Giza has 2,300,000 stones that weigh between 2 and 80 tons. Some of them were dragged from a quarry 500 fucking miles away with no machines, no trucks, no steel. They had copper tools, yet they figured out how to mathematically perfectly place these stones to true north, south, east, and west. If you cut and place 10 of these monster stones a day, it would take you 664 fucking years to make one pyramid. All brought to you by people who thought the god Ra took the sun across the sky in a canoe and returned later that evening with the moon. They had 16-year-old queens. Cleopatra was 16 when she was running shit. That's like Lindsay Lohan being queen of the world. They built that? Are you sure it was the same people? Are you totally positive? Because I have another theory. I think that people used to be really, really, really smart. But the dumb ones just out-fuck the smart ones. That's what I think. I think we are all the bastard children of the idiot stone workers of Egypt. It's the only thing that makes sense. I think once upon a time there was a master race. They were reading each other's minds and mapping out the cosmos, and they were free of ego, and behind them, the stone workers just fucked away. All right, make another person. How many you make? I make 4. I make 5. I found a race I can win. More people. I'm gonna show you. 29. More people. And one day, the smart people just died off. They probably invented a robot fuck doll and never had a kid again. One day, the idiots just showed up at the pyramid. Hello? Supposed to get our checks on Friday. What the fuck is going on here? What do you think they would do? I think they would move into the pyramids. Why would you live in that little hut, that little shitbag hut, when you could move into the pyramids? They would just start talking. You sure nobody lives there? Nobody lives there. Let's just move in. They would just start claiming rooms. King's chamber, I called it. Ooh, I'm the king. And after a while, they just forget. Who built this? We did. We're the best. We're number 1. Egypt, Egypt. You should be proud of your heritage, son. Look at what we've accomplished. Look at this beautiful flat wall. They're not making that in Europe, boy. I think I will draw stick figures on it. This right here, this is a woman carrying fruit upon her head. Very important to document. Pass that knowledge down. Right here, this is a man, but he have the head of a dog. That's his tongue, and he's evil. Do not listen to him. They believed in a doghead guy. God, how stupid. Yeah, not like you, believes in dudes who walked on water and came back from the dead. You're a fucking genius. I believe the crazy shit. No, you do. I'll go to church with anybody who's willing to smoke pot, look through a telescope with me. That's what I always said. Nobody wants to.
It's time for Norton and Friends in the morning. Norton and Friends in the morning. Let's play Monster Radio.
For Florentine, some VH. Gotta like the VH.
Where's my hammer?
Where's your hammer? What kind of hammer was it?
Just a regular hammer.
Just a regular hammer.
I probably had like sunglasses on.
Long hair back then, right?
Yeah, long hair and
then you did the roll
scarf. I did like maybe a tumble saw or something like that. Little roll
on your back and
forward roll,
and then the hammer hits you in the mouth and takes out one of your toofuses.
You think you look like an ass?
Yeah.
Of course.
That's what you do when you're 15. You're young. You're angry, and you got nothing going on.
Or 18 or 19.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're in an air band.
How old were you when you started doing stand-up?
23 or 24.
Okay, because you said, that believe me, that's
you're coming back.
I'm
to
only
me.
just doing some math because he said 23 or 24. So you said you hurt your fucking tooth.
Yeah.
And then 3 or 4 years later, you're on stage. So you're probably 20.
No, I said 8 years. 8 years
Oh,
later. Yeah, it was because I remember it was like 15 and I was doing comedy like a year.
He did say 8 years.
All right.
I was playing at that Holiday Inn in Jamesburg, New Jersey. Remember that? They used to-
8A, that's my first paid gig ever.
Yeah.
Casey Martin got me
Yeah.
that. Well, you got me that.
And that's when the tooth fell out.
That's when the tooth fell out that Saturday, yeah.
And then you crazy glued,
it back in.
Okay.
The Holiday Inn off 8A. Yeah,
I was still doing air band stuff in college.
Oof. I can't even hear this.
Our band was called, I think, Air Force.
Well,
and
I was in air band too.
You were in an air band?
Yeah.
Did we ever talk about this?
I don't think so.
What did you play?
I was the drummer.
Oh, see, you were like me. See, if you're going to be an air band, you got to either be the singer or the lead guitarist. You can't be the drummer or, in my case, the keyboard player.
You can't have a keyboard player in an air
was
band.
the keyboard player.
That's silly.
Well, we like the Who, you know, a little won't get fooled again.
Well, the guitar player should just do the keyboard parts.
Well, you know, then I wouldn't have a gig. And then we set up flyers in my dorm. How douchey is this? They came out.
Yeah, I mean, we had some gigs. We'd open for some bands. We performed in front of like 3,000 people one night in Staten Island.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. We were called the Cavemen. And we dressed up like cavemen in burlap sacks and put charcoal on our face.
Did you ever know this, Jim?
No.
You didn't know that?
No. If you came in here and said, yeah, I spent my first 5 years of stand-up molesting children, I would be less shocked.
How do you
that
get
was
a
only
gig?
the first year.
You got an actual gig?
Yeah, these bands would let us open for.
Like what type of band?
Just like, metal cover bands, but like Riot, Raven, and like Anvil or something like that. These bands in like the early 80s had us open in Staten Island. It was like Halloween night, and they put us out there for like 5 minutes.
How'd you do?
They loved it because we used to. My friend worked at a food town or fish department, so he would steal fish and octopus. So the singer would sing out of a fish, a big mackerel. Was his microphone.
He would just shove the mic up the fish.
Yeah, and then the other guy would have like an octopus around his neck. You know the guys, Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
Was in the band, and Tony, Crazy Tony, Crackfinger.
Yeah, of course, sure.
Yeah, my friend Boomer. That was the band.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I know all those guys.
We used to have caveman practice on Friday nights, and our girlfriends would get mad because they wanted to go out. We were in a basement.
We had girlfriends while you were doing
that?
We had Air Force practice. We took it very seriously, but we didn't get past the dorm. I think we only performed in one dorm. We couldn't even move to other dorms with our gig. I remember though, everyone came out to see us because everyone in a dorm, they all are pretty close. Oh God! And I didn't have much to do because I was the keyboard player. I got to do the part in the "Won't Get Fooled Again."
So what did you do when there wasn't keyboards in the song?
I just stood there like a douchebag.
Yeah, because
I had no stage presence or anything, so I just stood there. I was 18, 19. Probably 18.
Yeah,
I don't think we made it past our freshman year. I think that was some freshman year bullshit.
We used to eat goldfish on stage, like live goldfish.
And when you were the caveman?
Yeah.
That was your thing?
Yeah, and then we you know those little lunch bags?
Yeah.
That you put lunch in? We used to hand them out to the crowd before and call them, and write on them cave bags so people can throw up in them. Because we're eating fish on stage and there's octopus and we're throwing it at the crowd and stuff like that.
So just
people would get disgusted. They were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Are you trying to do kind of a G.G. Allen thing?
Not really. We're just being
no bananas
assholes.
up your ass already.
No, that stuff.
Okay.
My guy worked in the fish department. He would just steal stuff. So we're like, all right, we'll do something.
Yeah,
we'll do something with this. A fish head.
We really have similar shit in our lives. You know that, right? There's so many things you bring up, and I'm right there with you. I thought I was the only one that was an idiot enough to be in an air band. Well, how stupid was it when you walked on stage with nothing, and then you had
we were drunk, so it didn't matter. We just we were kids.
And then someone had to start the song, and then you had to perform it.
We actually I remember we made the sign out front, like the Cavemen opening for some other band.
Did you have a good font?
No, we didn't have any font or anything like that.
Yeah, we had just a lame sign as well. But I think there was some kind of military stuff that we incorporated into our logo.
Ew.
It's Air Force. Come on.
What military stuff?
Honestly, this is so long ago. I'm like trying to remember.
Please,
I'm
think
picking
carefully. We'd love to hear.
I'm picking at my brain to try to remember more details about this. I remember there was a girl that I really liked, and I invited her to this thing. And I remember looking at her as I'm on stage playing like imaginary keyboards, and like with a guitar you could almost pull it off. You know what I mean?
Exactly. The keyboards.
Or a lead singer, you could kind of do it. And I'm trying to look cool, and I look at her, and I just knew it was over, Johnny. That I had no shot. I could just see it in her face. What she wanted to say. What an asshole!
Did you have to play keyboards even when there wasn't a keyboard part of the song? You have to.
No, Air Force would pick keyboard songs. I don't remember all the songs we played anymore. I know it was The Who. I'm trying to remember. I don't know.
Do you know who does a good air band thing? Fucking Rob Bartlett. Years ago, I saw him at Rascals in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And what Rob will do is he closes with a Beatles thing, or he used to.
Right.
Where he does, I forget what song, She Loves To, or whatever, and he acts out all four Beatles, and he has like a tennis racket, and he does like a little bit from each one, and it's fucking great. But that's the only time I've ever seen air guitaring or air where I didn't want to fucking Molotov cocktail something.
I'm just glad, no one had phones that could take video back then.
I have some pictures of it.
There's no way there's video of that.
Thank God. Don't have any video either. I have a bunch of pictures.
You have pictures?
Yeah, of us on stage and as cavemen
I know I got some Geneseo people that listen to this radio show. If anyone has a picture of me, there's no way. There's no way.
Someone has to have it.
You think? There might be a picture out there?
Or a video. Somebody was videotaping something.
Video.
Someone had a big video camera.
There's a chance at a picture, though. Me doing air.
I'd love to see that.
Air keyboards for Air Force. It was Onondaga Dorm back in the day in Geneseo, so there's no way.
We would just get paid in beer. Like the club owner would just say, "Look, we're not paying you. You're not even a band. You're going to go up there and do like 2 or 3 songs, but we'll give you free beer."
That's pretty cool.
So we're like, that's awesome. I remember one time
How many gigs did you do?
Probably did like 5 or 6.
Damn, Jesus.
But I remember one time the owner comes in the back room. We're all dressed up. We're ready to go on. The owner goes, "Look, this is the first time." He goes, "I can't pay you guys. You brought some people. I appreciate it, but we'll give you free beer. I'll pay you in beer." And my friend Kevin goes, "No. It was almost like out of the honeymooners." Ralph Cram goes, "No, we'll pay." The guy goes, "No, seriously. You guys brought 20 extra people. Just drink for free all night." He goes, "No, seriously, we'll pay." And we didn't have any money. And the guy goes, "All right, then fine. You guys could pay." And he walked out of the room. And we go, "What the fuck did you just do?" And my friend Kevin goes, "Just spit on me." And we just spit on him for like 10 straight minutes. In the face, everything, loogies. And then we went on stage and he had spit all over him.
He insisted that
he
you
just
guys
said,
pay for your beer?
Yeah, he was like a Ralph. You know that honeymooners?
Of course.
I'll get the bill.
Yeah. Okay, Ralph.
Okay, you get it. It was exactly that. And we spit on him for 10 minutes.
Man. Not good.
What an ass.
What an
I bet you because he's such an alcoholic, I'll bet you he still regrets that.
He does.
I was telling Jim Florentine that Pete Rose was in here. We were thinking about you. We thought you would have a good time with
I've met Pete a couple times.
Well, we had no idea. We had no idea what to expect, and were we pleasantly surprised.
Oh, he's great.
We're going to be rerunning the Pete Rose thing, I think, tomorrow and throughout.
And
the
Gervais
weekend.
was awesome too. Ricky was great.
Well, Gervais is always great, but I forgot what Gervais even did after Pete Rose came in here. To be honest with you, I know Gervais killed, but then Pete Rose just put it over the top.
Yeah,
with his stories and his one-liners and his jokes, he just beat the shit out of everyone in the room. It was a strong room, too.
Just a mean room.
You had Voss, you had Norton, you had Bob Kelly, and you had Gervais, and Pete was right in there.
I heard the line that he said Voss looked like an old soccer player or something.
Dried out soccer
player. Hilarious.
And I played the video for.
Did you show him the punch in the arm?
Yes.
My favorite thing ever.
Yeah, I know.
I'll have it up soon. I'll just isolate that.
That's
clip.
like one of those old football players that slaps you in the ass when you do a good job.
Just a guy.
One of those, yeah.
Just a guy.
Just a jock from that's like a high school thing where they had to like punch you and hug you too tight or whatever. Yeah, hit your ass. All that jock shit.
You forget what because Pete Rose, you forget what an aggressive animal this guy was.
Oh, he used to knock people over.
He was a fucking animal when he played.
I just, the All-Star game was just the other night, the baseball All-Star game, and that was that famous play where he knocked Ray Fosse off coming around.
Right.
It was an extra innings, and they won the game. He plowed over the catcher, and the guy was never the same. He broke his collarbone.
Right.
And that guy was never, he retired a few years after that. But Pete was saying, he goes, hey, man, the guy was blocking the plate. He goes, I could have went around them, but... in a split second, he goes, I had to plow him over.
Right.
He's in my way, and we're going to win the All-Star game. He goes, and you know what, today, I'd still do it.
Right, yeah.
He goes, I'm not going around them. If he's in my way, I'm knocking him over.
There was a time the All-Star game was, they really played hard. Now it's just...
No one cares anymore.
No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, just that Pete Rose was playing in the 12th inning of the All-Star game.
Right.
And doing that and taking that risk.
Yeah.
Fucking to get.
I met Pete a couple times at a hotel in Cincinnati. When I go there, he's always staying at the same hotel for some reason. He's down and like eating breakfast or whatever. I had breakfast with his manager, and he goes, "Oh, I'm going to introduce you to Pete." So me and Pete hung for a little bit, and he actually gave me his number. He goes, "If you're in Vegas, I want to see your comedy." I guess he lives in Vegas. He's a big comedy fan.
Yep, that's what he told us.
So it was almost at the point where like I knew the manager at the hotel, his manager, and we're all standing there. I go, "All right, well, I'll get it to the manager here at the hotel, and then he'll get to you." He goes, "No, just take my number. Here, it's this number that's in this phone right now. Put it in your phone."
Wow.
He goes, "It's this number right now." So I was like, "Holy shit," because I didn't want to go, "All right, well, give me your number."
Sure.
I was trying to play it safe.
Yeah.
So I still have his number. I never called him.
Let's call him right now. We're in a good spot with Pete.
You think so?
Yeah. You have to call him, and I want to see if he remembers you.
You got to give it time. It's only 5 in the morning in Vegas. He's home.
That's true. Maybe
should wait a little
later.
while. Yeah.
Well, if you want to do it later in the show,
I'd rather wake him up though. That would be even better.
I got nothing. I'll do it later in the show. Give him a couple hours to get up.
A couple hours.
Because I guess he was with some Asian girl, some young Asian chick.
Yeah, that's his fiance. We were like looking at pictures on the internet the other night.
So his manager knew I used to do these old Asian jokes about an Asian girl. So he was Pete's like, "Oh, tell me those jokes." I was telling Pete, he was dying laughing at him.
He appreciates a good joke.
Pete's like, "Oh, you're the guy with the Asian jokes. What are they again?" And shit like that. So
isn't the All-Star game's in Cincinnati next year? I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and baseball said Pete's allowed to be there if the Reds want to bring him.
Yeah, but
he's limited what he can do.
Yeah,
right?
then they're warning the Reds, saying, "You know what you can and can't do with Pete Rose."
Ugh.
You don't like Bud Selig?
No.
No,
it's just like, come on already.
Dr. Bud Selig.
It's been 25 years.
Yeah.
And his stats, you're just going to ignore all those stats?
Pete's good for baseball. I just love it every time.
He loves it to this day,
No,
too.
I know. He's so passionate about it. He'd be great. And I love it. The Hall of Fame every year when they induct the guys, Pete goes right across the street and sells his autograph.
And
sits there for hours.
Sets up a card table.
Yeah.
People sign? People, hey?
Oh, yeah. He gets more people than the guys going in the hall.
Yeah, he signed a baseball for me, the other day, and I Instagrammed it because it's kind of exciting. It's Pete Rose.
And Pete usually doesn't do that for free. He likes to charge.
We did a bunch of them.
He did a bunch of them, put the number, how many hits he had and all that, and I'm a little proud of it. I put it on Instagram. Of course, these douchebags. That's worthless. You know how many autographs he signs? It's like, Jesus, what's wrong with you?
I got it signed to me.
Yeah, I'm not going to sell it or anything. It was a cool little thing after a great appearance by the guy.
Yeah.
There's always at least one out
500.
there.
Oh, I mean, what?
Oh, yeah. What am I saying? There's always a million.
But
who cares?
You make pretty good money. You're probably not going to go sell that. I wonder how much I can get for that ball.
But why does that guy have to go out of the way? What's wrong with his life that he's got to go, it's worthless. He signs a lot of those, It's all right. Show me yours then.
Yeah. Why does it have to be? I'm not selling it. Like if I'm doing comedy for 25 years now,
right.
If all of a sudden I'm like, look, I can't pay I got to sell the Pete Rose ball. I'm finished anyway.
Yeah,
I'm in trouble. Like it's not a Honus Wagner ball. It's a fucking Babe Ruth.
He could sign, I don't know, 1,000 things a day. There's still people in my circle, my life, that would appreciate a Pete Rose ball. Trust me,
absolutely.
Because that's what I'll probably do. I'll just probably pass it on to somebody because I don't really collect that stuff like you guys do.
How much do you sell them for at these things?
I don't know.
Probably not a lot.
But he goes like when the Reds opening day to Reds, he'll go to Cincinnati and do all these appearances right outside the stadium and stuff. I love that he does that.
He's not really allowed in stadiums, right?
He can go to the game. He has to pay. He can't. I think he can't get hooked up.
Right.
But he's allowed to go to the game. He can't go into the clubhouse. He needs permission for that.
That's such an insult at this point. 25 years later, don't you think?
I think because he denied it for all those years that he gambled.
Right.
He wrote a book about how he did it and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden he came out and said, "Yes, I did do it."
How many of you guys you think gambled?
A lot.
That's what I'm saying.
But
he's
look,
the only one that got caught.
I could see baseball.
He can't be the only one that did this.
I could see baseball's point because even if he was just betting to win the games, he might have kept another pitcher in there longer than he should have.
Oh, I
that might have
understand.
affected his next start.
Right.
He didn't bet on the Reds to lose, but he could put guys, at jeopardy and stuff. Like maybe the closer he brought in the 8th inning to pitch 2 innings when he really should have just brought him in the 9th because his arm was shot from pitching 3 days in a row. Little things like that. But after a while, he should ban him for 10, 15 years and then put him in the Hall of Fame.
I think you're giving him too much credit. I think you bet to lose too.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. That's never come out.
I don't think so.
My gut says it, especially if if they're out of it, if they're out of the race.
I think that he probably saw good matchups coming up, like on a Sunday, and he's like, all right, they're throwing a number 5 starter, maybe some guy from the minors, they're calling up to pitch, and I got my number 1 guy. This is a good game to bet on. Right. They already beat us the first 2, so they're going to rest a bunch of guys.
Oh, I see. Okay.
A lot of times on a Sunday afternoon game, they'll rest guys that played Friday and Saturday because they got a series starting on Monday in another town.
But you think
so he probably did it that way, going, all right, I got a really good shot to win this game.
But you think in his head, he figured, okay, it justifies the fact I'm gambling on games that I just, I'm gambling to win.
No, but you know what? When you get caught up in that as a gambler, maybe he needed to get out of a big hole by betting on him to lose.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's possible how deep he was into it.
Yeah. If you're on the hook for a bunch, then you go for the easy one.
Baseball has to take a brutal stand on that, though. I don't blame baseball for that. I just hate Bud Selig.
25 years, though. You can't deny what he did. His stats are ridiculous. Yeah. It's a joke that he's not in there. Put him in there with some weird asterisk. Give him the mark of being an asshole or something. I don't know. But
those Hall of Fame voters are these old fucking cranky guys that just they hate anything new, or God forbid these guys hit more home runs. Oh yeah, Willie Mays hit them, and they hate those old records are sacred to them.
And I learned something from Pete Rose because I was trying to defend him a little bit. I said, and with all the steroids and the stuff these guys did. They're still, beating the shit out of you. And he goes, I gotta correct you. He goes, no one that did steroids is in the Hall of Fame yet.
That knowingly did it, right? No one ever got in.
I was like, holy fuck, I guess you're right about that. Although some of those guys that are in, they probably did it, but there's no proof like
there's no proof,
There's no proof like there is now. I did not realize that.
No, there hasn't. There's no.
You got all those guys like McGuire and Bonds and all Clemens and Sosa. None of those guys are in.
And that is a bunch. Like even a guy like Jeff Bagwell played for the Astros.
Right.
Hit 500 home runs and was. I'm pretty sure he hit 500. He's a guy that was never linked to steroids, but just that he played in that era, he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. And he's a guy that should have been in, but he was never any rumors or anything like that. But they're getting to the point where all these guys, like Gary Sheffield's going to be up next year, I think it is, and he's another guy.
How many home runs?
He hit for like 520.
Okay.
But he was kind of linked to Bonds. He worked out with him, and he said he took some amphetamines or something like that, but not steroids.
Right.
So he's another guy that's not going to get it. Like a guy like Jim Thome, who played in that era, hit over 600 homers.
Right.
He was never linked to it, but I don't know if he gets
Did he
in.
hit over 600, Thome?
Yeah, Thome hit like 670.
You sure about that?
Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Could you look the...
I'm sorry. He hit over 600. I think like 610.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was a fucking brute.
Yeah,
Did he miss
was.
a lot of time, too, Jim Thome, with his back, or no?
Just when he signed with the Phillies for a little while.
Okay.
But no, he was just a consistent guy. He was almost like a Rafael Palmeiro who, got busted at the end of his career, who just put up solid numbers every year, 30, 35, 40 homers.
You know your baseball. You're pulling out names I haven't thought of in a while. Where's the home run?
Yeah, Jim Thome
list?
was a fucking...
Yeah, I remember him now that
monster.
you mention him. That's for sure.
When he hit a home run, it was fucking horrendous. A good shot.
He used to kill the Yankees, right? Told me when he played with Cleveland.
600 and, what does that say, 12? Yeah,
612.
So, yeah, Florentine was right on
What's
that.
the record? Was 60 something?
Well, Bonds has 762. Hank Aaron has 755.
Yeah.
Oh, so he was 150 shot. Okay, but it's still a lot over 600. Should be.
Well, they always thought A-Rod was going to hit 800.
Yeah.
What's he at?
He's at 6.
He's in the 6s.
He's at like 630, something like that, 620.
Yep.
Will he get in the Hall of Fame or no?
No.
Oh, God, no.
No, that's one guy. The Bonds will get in before him. The press hates him so much that...
it's going to be interesting. Yeah, but it shouldn't be... If you hate the guy... whatever. It's ridiculous.
Well, what did Pete Rose say? There was Craig Biggio or something missed it by one vote, and then there was some writer that sent in a blank ballot. He didn't vote for anyone. That guy shouldn't be
Pete
allowed
Rose
to
was
vote.
telling us that.
Yeah, and Biggio was a singles hitter. He had 3,000 hits. He should be in.
Right.
You get 3,000 hits, you should be in. Maybe not the first year,
right?
But he's got to be in.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, say the least. So,
and he wasn't a steroid guy when you're hitting singles,
right?
Those guys in the 70s took it too. They were all taking amphetamines. It was just a whole jar of stuff. And they go take it before a game, so they were all jacked up on stuff. So it doesn't. Every era has done that stuff.
Yeah, to deny that's ridiculous. That the sport was pure until the steroids. Get the fuck out of here.
Why did these other guys hit 700 homers,
right,
and 600 and 500? But they weren't on it. But all of a sudden, these
they were
guys,
out of shape too.
Well, they're saying
Hank Aaron never really looked like he was in shape.
Yeah,
especially near the end there. He kind of had a beer belly when he hit. When
he played into his 40s, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Aren't
he was
they
a little
saying-
slow going around the bases.
Oh, boy, was he.
Because those guys were hitting more, like Babe Ruth was hitting more than most teams. Like baseball was played differently back then.
Well, that's the whole theory. Like Babe Ruth hit like 60 homers or 58 homers one year, and the next person was close was a whole team at 23. It's like something. If that happened today, that's like Albert Pujols hitting 220 homers, and the next guy hitting 50. You'd
Right.
be like, wait a minute, what's going on there? So there was always rumors.
You think he was that much better?
Well, there was always rumors that he might have used a cork bat that year. And then they livened up the baseball after that when they realized people were coming out to see a guy hit home runs. And that's when all the numbers went way up. The next year, that's when everyone started hitting 50 and 60 home runs.
Wow, you know your shit.
I didn't know that they rumored a cork bat.
That no one wants to talk about it, but yeah, there was rumor. Because how does that happen? That a guy just hits 58 homers and the next team with 21 players on it hits 23.
But how does no one else cork their bat? Like, how come no one else corked the bat?
I don't know. I mean, he might have been at that time where, he was, no one else did it. He just, found somebody that, look, this ball's going to go further. I don't know. I mean, that was the rumor. Who knows if that's true or not, but.
Well, it has to be something.
It's got to be something. Like I'm saying, if Pujols hit 220 homers this year and the next guy hit 50, you'd be like, all right, something's going on.
He wasn't
That's about what the
superhuman.
ratio was.
Or you have to say, okay, he was superhuman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where the second guy's not even close, that doesn't make sense.
He was a pitcher too, though. He was a guy who pitched well. He was a much better athlete than people think he was. Ran pretty well for a fat man. Fucking, you ever see Cobb?
One of my favorite movies ever.
I don't know, man. Maybe he was that much stronger than most other players. Was it back then? Like no one else was hitting like that.
He was a bit bigger, but I don't know.
Barrel chested fatso.
Wasn't in shape whatsoever.
Yeah. Garrick was in way better shape than him.
Was he?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
for a while.
Jesus. Until his pinky went numb.
Yeah. Oh, is that what started it?
No, I don't know. I hear it starts with a pinky or something. Next thing you know, you can't move your head. Great. Thank you, God. Thanks a lot for that one, God. See, look, there's old pictures of Babe Ruth. He wasn't even close to in shape ever. The one where he's folding his arms in a way where it pushes out his biceps is almost Almost him in shape.
Oh boy, he's not in shape at all. There.
God no, he's
that
really
50s hairdo.
Extremely soft looking. And then,
but you got to I mean,
and
everybody.
His story is really sad. At the end of his career, when he was like a player manager and all that, and he just stayed in there way too long.
Yeah, he was like with the Boston Braves or something.
Was it the Boston Braves?
Something, yeah, he was a player manager. Yeah,
right. So,
I met his daughter.
Yeah,
I did a signing for Epics. They were at this big company thing. I forget what it was, and Babe Ruth's daughter was. That's where I met Willie Randolph. Was doing it, and a whole bunch of Bill Buckner and fucking David Cohen. There was all these cool players, and their lines were so much longer. Mine was humiliatingly short. People would just feel bad for me and come to get something signed.
Yeah, that's when you got to just keep talking to the one guy.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
You ask him what he does for a living. Really, where'd you grow up?
Oh, yeah.
Just a stall, so it looks like you're not just standing there by yourself. I've done that before, selling merchandise. No one's coming by.
We might have had a couple of those lines over the years.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you just keep talking to the guy, and then you're like, all right, well, at least I'm not just standing here.
I love when and then one guy will call you out and like, well, where is everyone today? I thought it'd be crazy. Like, oh, we had a rush about an hour ago. It was just nuts in here, you know. You try to come up with
of course.
excuses.
Or if no one's at your table, you just look down like you're shuffling your merchandise, fixing it, right. So you look busy, so you don't just look up and people walking by.
The guy that walks right in and right to the table, and you're like awkward. He goes, man, I thought I'd have to wait 2 hours to meet you guys.
Thank God for fucking now these phones, because you can look at your phone, check your Twitter. You can act busy like you're in the middle of an important conversation. Right. No, it's not that nobody's interested. I'm very busy. I've chosen to cut the line.
We've also had very long lines too.
Yeah. Sure.
Let's say hi to Adam in Jersey. We got Florentine in today. Adam, what's up?
Florentine, I thought that was Pharrell. I'm sorry. Shake it up.
We got this, sir.
I don't really understand. Because we're talking sports, or because you sound
Jim
like
has a gravelly
Farrell?
voice, and we're talking sports.
All right. Anthony in Idaho. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
We're, doing this.
Right on. Florentine, you by far have the funniest fucking podcast out there. I have never laughed so hard listening to the last, 3 or 4 podcasts. The awful Facebook update.
Yeah.
The gym selfie called a healthy. I have never in my life felt so dirty as a human being than when you uttered those words.
Oh, tell us about this.
I always do it like a podcast, like once a month on awful Facebook posts. Right. I have fans send them in, and they just said, if anything that you think I would hate, send it to this email address, and they just send them in. And there's guys like go to the gym and they take pictures of themselves, right? And they'll say healthy instead of a selfie because they're at the gym.
God.
And they'll send me those pictures. The guy's like, he's holding the phone out, healthy, hashtag healthy.
It's the worst.
Oh God,
it's pretty bad.
Is that bad or what?
Terrible. It's really terrible.
And another guy did put up shelves in his garage, and he put shelfie, and he took a picture next to the shelfie.
Oh. I did when I was watching The Sopranos, but I don't want to say what it was. Thank you, Sam.
You have to have Norton on your next one.
Have to have who?
You have to have little Jimmy in on the next one.
No, I know. I got it. Yeah, because we could just find a topic that just annoys us and just go off for like an hour.
You're not a big Facebook guy?
No.
Why?
It's just.
Do you like when people poke you and invite you to a
It's just not,
Listen to the podcast, and nobody will be a Facebook guy anymore.
I know.
I'm a little behind on the Florentine podcast, I gotta be honest. It's one of the ones I really still like a lot. Yours and
best one out.
Yeah.
Well, I just did this week. I just did one on when I used to work construction. So I told these construction stories where I used to just pull pranks on people and shit in the spackle bucket and stick it in the room next to them when they're painting. The whole day. I shit in a bag, in a shopping bag.
Yeah.
And we're in this house. It was like 100 degrees in the summer.
Yeah.
And we're fixing up this old shitty house. And my buddy was painting in the bathroom. And there was no window in there or anything. And it was garbage everywhere. And I shit in a shopping bag and I threw it in the corner. So I knew he was going to be painting in there all day. He's like, it fucking reeks in here. I can't be. And when I walk in, I go, I don't smell nothing. I'd bring the other guys down. You smell anything? Like, no. They knew what I did.
Yeah.
And he's in there. And every like 20 minutes, fuck, this is fucking bullshit. It fucking stinks in here. What stinks? And then at the end of the day, he found out that I shit in the bag. My brother was the boss, and he had like one of those old shitty work vans, and there was just shit everywhere in the van, and I shit in a paint can,
right?
And I stuck it in his van, like in the middle, underneath everything, and he's driving around with and there was no air conditioning in the van. It's in the middle of the summer,
Christ.
and he's like, what the fuck is going on? Just shit in here. He finally found it, went to fire me because I shit in a paint can.
Did you
and put
leave
it in
the
his
can
van.
open, or did you?
I left it open, of course.
Oh,
yeah, it's going to ruin the joke if it's not open. Right, of course.
I was wondering how that worked.
Whoa. All right, Anthony in Idaho. Thank you, sir.
Right on. Thanks, guys.
All right, let's say hi to Terry in Beacon, it looks like. Terry.
Hey, boys.
Hi, Terry.
This is turning into a Florentine love fest. Florentine, we were at your Unmasked with Ronnie B last week at the stand.
Yeah.
I tell you what, man, you fucking killed. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, Ron said that was great, too.
Thanks, man. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, he just said, let's go tell some funny stories. A lot with you, Jim
Yeah, he
Norton.
told me that.
Yeah, that's what he was telling us yesterday.
Yeah. I told those story about Jim jerking off my backseat in my car when I just got a new car and his dick's out.
That
He's
red car.
Yeah, he's arguing with me as he's jerking off. And I said, at that point, I should have just said, I don't want to be friends with this guy anymore.
It was just you two?
No, Bob Levy.
Bob Levy.
In the front seat?
Yep.
And Jim was in the
But
back.
why would you jerk off like
Dude,
that?
it was the first time. We told the story.
So weird of me.
I'll tell you why.
I don't understand.
We had done a gig. It was in Connecticut. And I remember it specifically because it was the first time I almost got laid from comedy. It was... there was a girl, she was maybe a 3.
Yeah.
Remember we were at the table with all of her brothers were hanging out, and she's rubbing my leg under the table. I've never had that happen in my life. It was like something out of a porno movie.
Right.
And I almost dumped in my pants.
And you had those weightlifter pants on, right?
Yeah, the
Those-
purple ones
Right.
that Mark Vito gave me. And so I fucking walked her out. And I'm like, come on, I'll sign a headshot for you. And I've never wanted to get blown in the car so bad. But as I'm walking, her brothers are at the door. And I knew I didn't have pictures in the car. So I just made like I was going to sign. I'm like, oh, I can't find him. So I signed a napkin and walked her back. I was so out of control. I mean, I was 22 or 23 at the latest. I mean, I made 22.
Yeah, but too old. All right.
But I was
too old to be jerking off in front of your friends.
But dude, I was in the back seat. It was pitch black driving home. I've never had. I just wanted to come.
I love how you justify
The
it.
monster was all over me. I wanted to come.
No, it was this white Plymouth Colt. I just bought it? I was leasing it. Yeah.
Wasn't it your red car?
No, it was this was
Oh.
before. So I only had the car for like a week. It had the new car smell. It was spotless.
Yeah.
And he was in the back, and I didn't know. Me and Levy hear this noise going on in the back. This swishing noise, and I just turned the interior light on. He's fucking jerking off.
You didn't know him that well yet?
No, I
We
did.
knew we were all friends.
All right.
Yeah.
But I would never do that normally. I would wait. But I was so smitten with the idea that this was comedy pussy. The idea that this girl would have fucked me or sucked my dick, her rubbing my leg, I've never experienced that. It was out of my mind with lust.
That's hilarious.
And he had a T-shirt. I guess he had an extra T-shirt or something like that. He's holding it.
Was I? That I don't
Yeah, because
remember.
I said, and I'm like, dude, you can't do it. He's like, no, man, I can't wait to get home. Seriously. And he's still doing it as I'm arguing with him. And I go, dude, I got to pull over, man. You can't fucking do it on my car. He goes, I'm not going to get on it. I got the T-shirt right here. It's going to go right into the T-shirt. He's still jerking it as he's arguing with me, holding a T-shirt in case he arcs one.
I did stop. I remember I did
He
stop.
didn't stop. You were mad. You wouldn't talk to me the rest of the way. Like it was my fault.
You were in a frenzy.
Dude, I was in a frenzy. I was out of control. Walking out to the car thinking I was going to get my dick sucked. And then her dumb brothers coming to the fucking door. I was out of my mind.
Did you pull your pants down and all that?
No, it was out. But I was fucking...
I would have just rubbed my jeans or something.
No, I was out of control.
A good
at
rub
that point.
going on where no one would see it.
Dude, my whole life I wanted this to happen. It was finally happening, and it got ruined because her brothers.
Wow. That's wild.
You still remember that?
I like it was. I don't remember what she looked like. I just remember that she was not that attractive, but her touching me under the table, I was out of my fucking head, blind with lust.
All right, let's. When is When is it airing? Florentine's.
I think it premieres, if I heard right, tomorrow afternoon at 2 on Raw Dog.
Okay. Make sure you check that out. Yeah. Ronnie does a great job with that, man.
He's great.
Let's say hi to Jared in Philly. Jared.
Hey there, faggots. How you doing this morning?
Hey.
So, remember Pete Rose yesterday was going off on a rant on how big DiMaggio's cock was?
Yeah. Supposedly, that they went to Vietnam together?
Yeah, they showered together, or, no, correction, Pete Rose showered DiMaggio.
I was confused by that, because wouldn't DiMaggio be a lot older than Pete Rose?
Yeah, I don't know, but interestingly enough...
Do you understand that story? Because I was...
Yeah, they were going over to interchange troops or something, so it was probably DiMaggio was the older guy and Pete was the young hot player or whatever.
Okay, I got you. All right, yeah, so then... continue there, Jared.
So interestingly enough, there's a photo... after Pete Rose talked about it, I wanted to find DiMaggio's
Basically, he said DiMaggio has a huge hog. Just so Florentine knows, they were in the jungle or whatever. They didn't have like, the best accommodation. So Pete Rose gave Joe DiMaggio a shower. That sounds a little weird, too. How long is the story?
E-Rock just interrupted. 120.
Yeah, play it for Florentine. What the hell? This is Pete Rose telling the story. And then I'll get back to you, Jared. Hold on a sec.
In 1967, I get a call from the State Department. 67.
Yes.
And I'm just a kid. And the guy says, "You want to go to Vietnam?" I said, "Not necessarily. There's a war going on over there." He said, "Well, Joe DiMaggio is going." I said, "I'll go."
Yeah.
I walked through a hell in a gasoline suit to meet Joe DiMaggio. So I flew to San Francisco. We flew to Saigon. Myself, Joe, Tony Canigliaro. I don't know if you guys remember him.
No,
and a guy named Jerry Coleman, who played for the Yankees.
Right.
Announcer for San Diego, by the way, just died about 4 months ago. And they broke us up into two groups, and then we end up meeting them on the Intrepid, which I passed on the way to get here today, in the Tonkin Bay. And
so did Bobby, but he was in the water.
and it's so hot you can't sleep. I mean, there's bombs going off, and every fourth bullet out of the helicopter is a tracer. And Joe says, "I got to take a shower." I said, "Joe, we're in the middle of the jungle. This is not downtown Saigon." He said, "I don't give a damn. I got to take a shower." So the only way you can take a shower is a guy gets up on a chair and pours the water, and another guy pulls the chain, and the guy underneath takes the shower.
Right.
I gave Joe DiMaggio a shower. How many guys can you say were on your show did that? Now, the best way to describe Joe DiMaggio is he was a penis with a man hanging from it.
Oh, my God. He was all cock, huh?
Yeah.
Good for Joe.
I don't know if I felt sorry for Marilyn or envied her.
So there's the story from the other day.
Nice.
Let me go back to Jared, because he has something to add. That's why he brought it up. Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah, so needless to say, after that story, I was dying to find DiMaggio's cock. And it's incredibly easy to do, and it's him in a shower, a black and white photo with his cock hanging, and it is huge and glorious. Just go and Google image search, type in Joe DiMaggio cock. It's a black and white photo of him just standing.
Get out of here.
Massive. I swear to God.
Well, we're going there now. Let's see. Joe DiMaggio's kick. Shower.
Black and white photo.
All right, hold on. Well, of course it's a black and white photo.
True.
Let's see. So far, no.
But they got it blocked in this picture.
Come on, Sam, show me it.
Oh, they have it censored. So
I've seen it. It's very... Turn off safe search, Sam, you dumb fuck.
all right, wait. There might be one right there.
That's not that big.
What are you talking
His
about?
balls are bigger.
I think that's a pretty nice piece, no?
Yeah, it's all right.
So you're calling Pete Rose a liar?
No, because Pete Rose...
I don't think Pete
saw it in the jungle. It was hot in the jungle.
Well, there's a lot of hair going on there, too.
Yeah, you know what? It's not bad.
Who's bigger, him or Jimmy?
Well, they got him next to... That's an old... who's
in that picture, I'm double that, but I guarantee you that his was probably plumped up a little bit.
Yeah. There's nothing going on there, to be honest with you. Maybe Joe DiMaggio was a little excited because Pete Rose was giving him a shower or something. Maybe he's like a grower instead of a shower. Now we're just looking at dick pictures.
Oh, sorry. Got distracted.
There's a lot more. There's a guy blowing himself just like Denny does down there to the right there. Why is that under the Joe DiMaggio Google image?
It's probably frequently searched photos.
Dude, the one the one we found, it's whatever. Right?
Yeah.
There's nothing impressive there.
Yeah, there's another one. There was another one of Joe naked, too. That was a little better. That was...
Where? Which one are you looking at?
This one. Yeah, that one right there. It's better.
Yeah. All right.
He's packing like 3.5 soft. It's hanging down.
Right. After the Pete Rose story, I would have assumed that we would have saw a massive hog. What?
Sorry, I hate to disappoint, guys. I apologize.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I got to see Joe DiMaggio's cock. I didn't know that was available.
That's also with a big hairy bush around it, so
right.
You got to give him another inch.
Good point.
That's probably covering at least an inch.
Good point. All right. Thank you, Jared. Slabo. All right. We'll take a break. We got Florentine in studio. The Unmasked will be on Raw Dog tomorrow at 2, I believe, with Ron Bennington. That's what you just said, right? And then Florentine's he's taping his special, very cool, at the George Street Playhouse in New Brunswick, New Jersey. You could go to jimflorentine.com for ticket info, right?
Yeah, or GeorgeStreetPlayhouse.org, September 13th, 2 shows that night. So
very nice.
And then this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club, Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
Sirius 206 XM 103.
Truck drivers, kings of the highway. Do you? Who does? I'm not talking about ice cream trucks now. I'm talking to your big 18-wheel, road-clogging pieces of shit that ruin the road for fucking everybody. I hope nothing personal against you, but I just hope you all die Ebola virus deaths where you get a truckload of infected monkeys and one of them nips you on the back of the neck, you bleed out of your eyes, your guts all soup up and spray out your ass, and you fucking ruin the road for everyone. You do like 42 miles an hour in a 70-mile-an-hour zone, but then shitbag number 2, he can do 42 and a half, so he'll swing it on out, clog up both lanes all the way to San Antonio, and the race is on, and here it goes. And just as you're about to pass, then shitbag number 1 spills his coffee all over his porno magazine, jacks it back up a notch. You're neck and neck. Who do you get behind? Do you get behind the one, hallucinating after 3 days on the road doing truck stop speed, or the one slinging liquid pig shit out of the back of his rig all over your windshield, you fucking asshole. I have tapes of the Reginald Denny beating in the LA riots. That truck driver they beat the shit out of. I beat off to that tape, ladies and gentlemen. I try to time it so I can come right while he gets hit in the head with the brick. That's why I love this business, because it's a healthy outlet for that, I get mad at you, I yell at them, they laugh, I get paid, we all go home shit-faced and happy, Because otherwise I'm stuck behind that prick for 30 miles, screaming at the inside of my windshield, take off the highway, go take it out on some poor kid in a McDonald's drive-thru. It's not his fault. I'm yelling at, if I wanted fries, I'd ask for fries. What did he do? Poor kid's sweating his ass off for $4 an hour in some grease factory. He doesn't need my shit on top of it. Meanwhile, he's in there beating off in my fish sandwich. If I wanted fries, I'd ask for fries. I want it. I'm eating his jizz. It's some trucker's fault. No one wins there. You're gonna give someone shit, just make sure they deserve it first,
The boys are back. I would tell you which boys, but nobody's named this goddamn fucking show yet. What the fuck, Troy?
Florentine in studio. I wish I left the studio during the break. I just had a discussion with Sam, just talking about horrible restaurants, one after another.
Well, I love horrible restaurants.
We've done gigs in most of them.
The Outback, Applebee's. What else was mentioned in there?
Can't say it like that.
What?
You're saying it wrong.
Applebee's.
You're saying it wrong. Applebee's.
You don't like Applebee's?
No.
Is that where this all started?
Well, I've always had a problem with Applebee's. I didn't like their slogan. It's a neighborhood bar and grill.
What about
neighborhood?
What about
your
when
friends?
they say?
Wasn't there another thing about your friends?
They say eating good in the neighborhood.
Yeah, eating good in the neighborhood. No, I'm not.
Why aren't you eating good in the neighborhood? The Applebee's is in the neighborhood.
What neighborhood? It's off a fucking highway somewhere. It's not really a neighborhood. You know what I mean? I got neighbors. It's not next to my house.
So if it was kind of in your actual like cul-de-sac,
so, yeah, it's not even a neighborhood. It's out in front of a hotel. That's how the Applebee's and those shitty places get business. They put them up right in front of hotels where people stay on business.
Right.
Where if they don't have a car, they have no place else to go. They
have to eat there.
They have to eat there.
Yep.
That's why you got a Fridays and Applebee's and an Outback right around.
But don't they feel like they're kind of in a neighborhood though when they walk into an Applebee's?
There's no neighborhood.
Are you sure?
No neighborhood.
There's nothing that says I'm in a nice, friendly local joint.
Yeah, because all the tchotchkes on the wall create like a fun vibe.
Yeah, I know. That's real.
It's
real
a nice
fun.
vibe, right?
Yeah. That's going to make me enjoy their shitty food because they got something hanging up.
You don't want to go to the bar at Applebee's after a tough day at work?
No. Nope.
Loosen your tie a little bit?
Yeah.
There's a Fridays right down the street from where I live. I've never been in there once.
I like a good Fridays. That fucking spinach and artichoke dip, which I haven't had in years, is phenomenal. I didn't mean to ruin everybody's.
No, Fridays is better than Applebee's. Fridays is better.
Why? Isn't it the same place?
Why?
It's the same place.
Pretty much the same shitty food.
It has a different name.
I don't like the Outback commercials with the Australian guy. They have to put the accent. All right, we get it. You're from Australia.
You think they're funny?
No. I love Australian people.
They're just trying to have a little fun with
It's not fun. Just get an
restaurant.
American to do it. It doesn't. You're not making it better because you got an Australian doing a voiceover.
You don't
for
think
it.
it's a little fun?
Shrimp on the Barbie. Stop with that.
A little fun. It's a little fun.
That's how they do it in the Outback.
The Outback Steakhouse.
Right. When you hear an accent, it's kind of fun. A little fun for everybody.
That stupid. What is that? That instrument they play, the long one.
Didgeridoo.
The didgeridoo's playing. Hey, come over to have an Outback. Yeah, it is fucking awful.
You don't like a bloomin' onion?
No.
Wait, you do? Don't
I've had
you?
it a couple times. Not right, but
I saw you smile. You like a blooming onion.
I'll take a little piece of it. It's not a big deal.
This is not an instrument.
Not a special treat for you?
No.
You don't get excited?
We used to have an Outback. Remember, we used to live. We'd go there a few times. It was all right, but lately it's.
What's that place we went to on 9/11 that was good too? We went to a place on the pier, the Crab House or something, which was fucking pretty tasty.
The Crab House, where's that?
In Jersey. So it's on the water in Jersey.
Like Edgewater, New Jersey.
Yeah, we used to eat these weird little places.
You like Chili's?
Is there a Target near the Crab House? I think.
Yes.
I know the Crab House.
Yeah.
Okay. But I want to get back into the Applebee's.
I don't like Applebee's.
It's a neighborhood thing.
Yeah, it's not. No, the appetizer. You got to get 3 apps.
It can't be.
No. They're not they're anytizers.
Anytizers.
You could have them throughout the day.
Or throughout the meal, even.
Exactly.
Thinking,
you don't need to start with them.
That's bad.
Did they really call them anytizers?
Because you could combine a couple of them and create an entree. It's an anytizer.
That's true. You can do that.
But that's smart. Think about it.
That must be fun,
Because you
right?
got
You're going
to-
like, what do we want to do?
Well, no, I'll tell you why it makes sense. Because you got your entree, and you're like, man, it's too bad I can't order another appetizer because they're appetizers.
Yeah.
But if they're called anytizers, then you're like, I could still order this stuff before dessert.
What if you want to just you're just feeling like you're having fun one day? Just balls to the wall.
If I was having fun, I wouldn't want to go to an Applebee's. That would ruin the day.
But what if you want to have boneless buffalo wings as the main course? Then it's like...
Well, we'll just order it as an appetizer. Just say, look, I just got to take
It's
a...
an anytizer.
I would never say that. If someone came in and had a gun to my head and said, look, I'm going to fucking blow your brains out.
Yeah.
You got to say anytizer. I go, just do it.
Are you one of those guys you just point at what you want?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take that. What?
You don't go with the goofy names that they have to name everything?
You mean the Applebee burger? No, this
an
thing
Applebee
right here.
burger.
There used to be.
He wouldn't say when we would go to Denny's or whatever, like moon over my hammy or those things.
Never.
I always remember he would point out and go, let me have this one. They'll be like, the moon's over. He go, that one right there.
One right there.
Tutti
Frutti. IHOP. That's why I stopped
It was a
eating
Rudy
there.
Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
Yeah, I got this
That
one.
was my favorite, actually, at IHOP. I did, and I would be proud. I'd say, give me one Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
Yeah. You would say that?
No. Maybe.
You would. Be proud. It's okay.
No, I would just point to it. And then the guy would go to Rudy Tooty Fruity. I'm like, this thing right here. Well, just what you talk about the Rudy. I go, this thing right here. Never say
He
it.
would try to get you to. He tried to get you to say it because it's fun for everybody.
It is.
It's
an
fun.
anytizer. I want an anytizer.
What if a server came over to you and said, okay, can I start you off with an anytizer?
What would you say to that? Because you're hungry.
What is that? I don't know what that is. What?
It's like, what's an anytizer? It's just something you can start with. You could have it as your main course. You could have it after the meal. if you want.
But that's been going on for years. Sometimes I just got an appetizer and I just said, I'm just going to eat this. I'm good.
And I'm sure they would say something like, well, it's like an appetizer.
It's like an appetizer.
No, it is an appetizer.
It's fun.
Dan Soder coming in to say hi. What's up, Dan?
Nothing fun.
About an anytizer?
I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah,
that makes it even
No,
worse.
that's awful.
You really want to sit there?
You're
really
going to
sit
Dan.
You're really going to sit there.
No, I don't
You're really
wanna-
going to sit
No,
there.
don't do that
You're
to
really
me,
going to
Opie.
sit there.
Don't do that.
Fuck him. You're
You're really going to sit there.
This
You're
is like putting
important.
on your dead dad's suit. I'm not doing it.
We're taking notice. You're really going to sit there.
Ah, you son of a bitch! You tricked me into sitting here.
I didn't say sit there. Rich Voss had.
I will stand patiently back there. and
Rich
wait.
Voss had no problem sitting there. I'll be honest with you.
No.
He's the only one that had no problem sitting
Ant was
there.
actually still walking out with his bag. Fucking Voss hopped up.
Yeah, well, he's got a too tan confidence. That's what it is. He's got that overly tan confidence.
Dan, I got in early just so I didn't have to. So I knew you had to sit there.
You
I
set
took the
me
last
up.
seat. Yeah,
You set me
You're
up.
really sitting there.
I was supposed to be in at 10. I came in at 8:30 just so I didn't have to sit there.
All right, you're sitting there.
This is flashbacks of my childhood of my mom going, "You're your father." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not him."
I want to just get out of the studio. To be honest with you,
It's fucking.
I don't want to be in the
bummer.
studio anymore whatsoever. Or
It's almost like living in your house after your wife just left you.
Yeah.
She just fucked your best friend,
Yeah.
and she's like, I'll move out," and you're stuck in the house with all those memories.
You know what we could do to bring the vibe up in here?
What?
Put some like license plates and stuff like that all over the
Oh,
walls.
yeah, like a kayak.
Are you going to try to do an Applebee's? You're
Yeah.
gonna Applebee's the studio?
Yeah.
Were you listening?
No.
Florentine's a huge fan of Applebee's.
Do you have a favorite anytizer?
You know what? I totally agree with you. I love Applebee's.
What's your favorite
You got
anytizer?
stock in it or something? Or
No, I just find.
What's your favorite anytizer?
I don't know the anytizer. I just
They call them anytizers.
That's my white trash gene. I just love Applebee's.
See,
I think-
my
It's a
white
fun place, though. It's a fun place.
Dan, did you ever have fun in an Applebee's?
yeah.
Well, at the bar.
What was so fun?
We got really
the
drunk.
shit on the. All right, the drunk, but the stuff on the wall, did it make you laugh? Did it put you in a good mood?
It kind of bummed me out
There
thinking
you
that
go.
someone had to put that up.
Right.
Did it give you like that friendly neighborhood feel?
Yeah, I felt like everyone I knew everybody.
There's no neighbor. I'm off a fucking highway, Route 70 in Indianapolis.
Next to a
There's-
nails place.
Yeah, and there's 3 hotels.
Right.
See you
It's
guys
not
later.
a
I gotta go to
neighborhood.
LA.
What?
I had to leave early. I'm doing podcasts.
I knew
so
that.
I was
just making it dramatic.
I gotta go.
I'm taking Jim's mic. I don't feel
Sit
comfortable
here, please.
here.
Say that. What the fuck, Anthony? You're the guy.
No
Fuck him.
way, dude.
Jimmy, what are we promoting? You're doing Rogan's podcast today.
Rogan today, Corolla,
Will we hear it today?
Bill Burr.
Oh yeah, he does them live. Duh. So Joe Rogan's podcast. Jimmy's gonna be on it.
East Coast. As soon as I land, I'm going right to his.
And what else you doing over there?
Corolla, Kevin and Bean.
Corolla, Kevin and Bean, Bill Burr,
Kevin Pollak.
and Kevin Pollak. A lot of promotion for the Vice show that's starting next week. Who's that guy? Who's that guy?
I don't know.
I know. It looks like an old high school football coach.
Huh?
Who is it?
They were on Pete Dominic's show.
Oh. All right.
Oh man. All right. I'm much more comfortable.
No, but white trash. Applebee's, I get for you, but I like Waffle House on the road for white trash.
You like Waffle
Eat
House?
breakfast, yeah.
Waffle House is great. Bert's chili on some hash browns. It's pretty good. All the I know I go deep on my white trash restaurant knowledge.
Yeah, and Waffle House, there's nothing goofy about Waffle House. They just make it right in front of you. It's disgusting. There's food all over the place.
They don't have to rename everything.
No,
it's very easy to order.
It's very easy. They get it to you in 2 seconds.
You don't sound like an asshole when
they
you're
give you
ordering.
those little napkins from like 1950.
Well, what do you do if you want to have a good time?
I'm gonna have a good
Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity, something like that.
I never have a good time at a restaurant unless it's like a nice steakhouse or something like that. But even that, it's like, all right, you're just hanging around with the people you're with.
Well, the good time is the steakhouse in Dallas. I think we discussed that. The strip joint with the amazing steaks.
Yeah.
What was the name of that? The Lodge.
The Lodge, yep.
That's a place you got to go, Dan Soder.
That always amazes me when like there's certain strip clubs in this nation that have excellent food, and I'm like, good for you, sticking it to society. You're like, yeah, we got tits and unbelievable dining.
Food was amazing at the Lodge.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Real.
Really?
And the tits weren't bad either.
Like Scores was like that too. They had the restaurant on one side, was really good, and then you went over to the other side for the dancers.
I think I've been to Scores maybe once in my my life.
There was a place in Jersey called Legs and Eggs. eggs. It would open at like 6 in the morning.
No, that's Dallas too.
Yeah, but they had one in Jersey.
Okay.
So we just go there if you were hammered or whatever, or just
it was an after
like 6 in the
joint.
morning. You would just start.
They
with
would
the
serve
strippers.
the eggs, and it was another strip place.
Or if you're a sex addict and you have to get it out before breakfast, where you're just like, I'm going to go do this before I go to work.
True.
I'm going to go see some tits.
There was some nights we waited in the parking lot at like 5:10. We pulled up.
Really?
For it to open at 6.
Why couldn't it open before 6?
I don't know. I'm not sure why, but it opened pretty much right at 6.
Who's Jimmy taking a picture with?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Roland, who is that?
Someone important.
We'll just drag anyone in here at this point. We're
just loading them on. You're like, come on in.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. So anyone walking by, just come on in.
Just step in.
Help me. Help me.
Oh, man.
So we're talking about Applebee's as being a neighborhood place. But then during the break, Florentine and Sam were just running down a whole list of shitty places.
Yeah, because like I go out of my way to find Chili's.
Chili's?
I love Chili's.
Do you eat? Here's some real shit food. Do you eat Chili's too at the airport? Have you ever seen those?
I absolutely would stop at a Chili's too.
E-Rock throws a thumbs up.
E-Rock, get in on this.
Gross human being.
No, I only get the boneless buffalo wings at the airport.
Oh, okay.
From Chili's too?
Yeah, too. Yeah.
I'm glad E-Rock has
and
standards.
the blackberry iced tea.
Oh, good.
Do they
for you.
spell it T-O-O?
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
all
can't.
right. You can't go T-O-O.
I think you throw up the number. Really, make it the sequel.
Yeah, that's
Chili's has the best boneless buffalo wings anywhere.
And the best spinach artichoke dip.
Chili's. I get corn on the cob, boneless buffalo wings, and fries, and endless Dr. Pepper.
Is that a package of anytizers?
I guess it would technically. They'd be anytizers.
Like, shouldn't people just stop going to Applebee's just because they call their appetizers anytizers?
They should, but they're slathered in Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce. How would he not go to Applebee's with all that delicious Jack Daniels?
So you guys, I mean, do you eat at all these places on the road then,
Sometimes,
14?
you stay in a hotel where you got no choice. That's the only place right outside the Holiday Inn you're staying at if you don't have a car, which I never do on the road.
But I would think, first of all, being on the road like you guys are would be the coolest thing ever. But probably after a few years, it sucks a dick, right?
I don't mind it. I get sleep when I'm on the road. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I don't mind it. But the food, sometimes you got to eat at a Subway. You got no choice or some shit that's right in front of the hotel.
Well, the other part of this was, I would assume if you are on the road and you do enjoy, like you're saying, you would like to get the local flair. Like you would like to go to the local joints.
You would, but like I was just in Nashville this week, and I went to all the barbecue there, Jack's Barbecue, and the famous.
Well, that's a different type of place. I'm talking about like you're in Cleveland
Or Tacoma.
All right,
Like,
find the local places in those other, like Nashville. It's a guarantee you're going to get some great local restaurants.
But that's what's good about Applebee's. It's local wherever you are. It's the neighborhood bar and grill.
And it really is.
It can't be the neighborhood bar and grill if it looks exactly the same.
But that's what I want. I like comfort. I feel comfort knowing there's a toboggan on the wall when I walk in.
Why do they have a toboggan on the wall?
Do you like when they put pictures up of the local high school football team?
It gives me something to jerk
What do you
off
mean?
to in the hotel room.
Have you never seen that in an Applebee's?
No.
They put pictures and jerseys up from the local high school football team. So it's like it's the neighborhood.
Oh, well, I don't mind that because it's, people playing high school football, you go in there, hey,
Yeah.
some kid's trying to get laid, and he's like, bring some chick to Applebee's. Hey, look, my jersey's on the wall. I get that. But no, it's nothing. It's not in a neighborhood. There's no fucking Applebee's in a neighborhood.
Well, wow, I want to thank Jim Florentine because now the phones are completely lit.
You son of a bitch! I love Applebee's. I take my wife there every Friday. It's our neighborhood restaurant. You cocksucker! Some guys all jacked up right now because Florentine's trashing Applebee's.
We're going to.
They used to put little league baseball pictures up like back in the early '90s, and then this pedophile craze hit, and then they're like, "Why don't we stop
the pedophile craze?"
Yeah, the pedophile craze.
I didn't know there was a craze.
You didn't know that?
No,
it's like Beatlemania.
It's more like a phenomenon, really.
It never happened before '94.
When was the craze?
I don't. Whenever the To Catch a Predator came out, that's when everyone became aware of it.
2006.
Most of the people, 90% of the people that eat Applebee's are business people, have no choice. Like I said, they don't have a car. They just walk there. Or they just drive and, I'm hungry. Oh, I'm hungry too. Hey, all right. There's an Applebee's. You want to eat there? All right. That's it.
My wife was out of town.
That would be my last choice.
But if you're driving down 95 to Florida with the family, or let's pull over and get something, you see, all right, there's an app. You want to eat there? I guess.
I've always hated franchise places. Always. My entire life. I always try to search out the local joint.
Are you like a hipster when it comes to friends? You're like, I don't like support big business. I don't support big business. I get geeked up when I see a Ruby Tuesdays. I'm like, oh, fancy shit.
But what's the difference between Ruby Tuesday, TGIF, and Applebee's? They're pretty much the same exact place,
Ruby
right?
Tuesday's a big difference.
Has a salad bar.
I don't know. I wouldn't even know this.
Yeah, it does have a salad bar, and the food's better at Ruby Tuesday.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, Ruby Tuesday's got good hamburgers and turkey burgers. I'll give them that.
Excellent sliders. Love the sliders.
Enough with the sliders.
Yeah, I know.
I
So
guarantee
White Castle
hates
started
a
that years.
slider.
It's like, all right, everybody's got to have a. Even the comedy clubs have sliders now. It's like, stop with your fucking.
You want a mini burger? You want a brisket slider?
But on the menus in the comedy club, they put openers, because that's the appetizer.
That's fun.
And then features is the entree.
That's good because it'll start you laughing before the comedian even gets on stage.
What's the desserts?
Encores.
Encore.
Yeah, which no comedian does an encore ever.
Right.
You know how arrogant of a person as a comedian you'd have to be like, I'm going to go give them 15 more.
I know.
You just did an hour, you
I'm now
asshole.
going to give them Stairway to Heaven.
Guys, I know what jokes you really want to hear, and I'm coming back to play the hits.
Right. But White Castle allow them to continue the sliders. They're the only place that should be able to do sliders.
Absolutely.
Let's go to Rochester. Jason, what's going on, buddy?
How's it going, boys? The show sounds great this week.
Oh, thank you. We're trying to figure this shit out. What do you got, buddy?
I'm a huge fan of Florentine's podcast. I love one about corporate slogans because it's like pointed out like on every Dunkin' Donuts at gas station. They'll be like, tweet your Dunkin' moment, hashtag wake up with Dunkin'. And
what kind of moment could you have with a Dunkin' Donut?
Nothing.
A Dunkin' moment.
I don't know. I would see how many I could put on my erect penis. I would start there. Would they accept that as a Dunkin' moment?
Their sugary coffee.
But what about like
I
when
hate
you
their coffee.
When you get
How
to the
about
coffee's
that?
horrendous, and
How about that?
America runs on Dunkin'. No, it doesn't.
I hate D&D's coffee.
That's the only coffee shop by me in Queens, and it's all these Indian ladies that run it. And I tried switching to green tea instead of drinking coffee, and they looked at me like I was the biggest pussy. Every time I come in, they'd be like, "Do you want coffee?" And I'd be like, "Can I get a green tea?" They're like, "All right, green tea, 2 honey." And they're like looking at me like, "This faggot wants a coffee." I was like, "I just want to be better. I want to heal my fucking acid reflux."
Oh, their coffee's horrible.
Yeah, my friend said
Their
it the
donuts
best.
are horrible. I don't like Dunkin' Donuts.
You don't like the donuts there?
No.
Are you not a donut guy?
Not really.
I like Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, good, right?
So you're coming around.
Let's high five.
You're getting over your childhood ketchup. You like ketchup, but
no, I like ketchup. You're not going to turn me on ketchup, but donuts, I'm over. I'm done with donuts.
Even
There's
the
other
frosted
things
ones?
to have.
They're done.
I'm done with that
You
shit.
don't like any donuts or just Dunkin' Donuts?
Any donuts.
Why?
I'll get like
Great.
I'll get a pastry, with something inside, but I don't need an actual donut.
I don't like where this is going.
I don't like no.
So you go to like a party where someone buys like like 12 donuts, and you're like, oh, cool, what's in here? And
I smoke a lot of pot, so yeah, I do.
all right, well
How about cupcakes? Are you over cupcakes?
never liked them.
Oh, man.
I used to eat those Yankee Doodles. Remember those?
Sure.
They came in a 3-pack.
So does nobody brings like munchkins to the comedy club?
No, but my wife will get my son like those munchkins from Dunkin' Donuts on like Fridays or whatever.
Because he's a kid. That's
He's a
okay.
kid. Yeah, he eats those.
You don't
My
little
kid
enjoy them with
loves
him?
all that shit.
You don't enjoy them with him?
I want to throw them out as soon as I see them.
But cupcakes are all the rage.
They really are.
It's like a piece of cake if you really think about it. I'm doing a Seinfeld thing now, I guess, but it is just like
Cupcakes? Why are cupcakes?
it's just a piece of cake, really.
So
don't like a good
you might go
cupcake?
home today and eat a cupcake.
I might still do a cupcake.
Seriously,
Just peeling one softly. He's like, I do like these.
There might be a Magnolia's Bakery in my neighborhood. Crumbs sucked a dick, though. They were horrible with their cupcakes. I'm glad they're out of business.
You have a lot of cupcake knowledge.
I do.
For someone that hates cupcakes.
I've been obsessed with Crumbs. I always thought they were awful. And supposedly, or did someone save their business?
No, I think it's gone.
But then I heard that someone was going to try to save it or something.
Hostess is back, thank God. The Twinkies and the cupcakes and all they were going to go out of business, but somebody saved that company.
I went old school the other day. What are those pies that you get at gas
Enemies?
stations?
Oh, the cherry pie.
The Hostess. E-Rock.
Yeah, the
Fruit
Hostess
pie.
fruit pies.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife got me a lemon one.
Ooh,
That's good. I thought I was on crack after I ate it.
Yeah, that thing's
holy fuck.
Your sugar.
I think the wrapping's made out of sugar. Even.
Entenmann's used to be my thing. I used to love Entenmann's.
Oh no! I mean, me and Aunt talked about it all the time. The original coffee cake. I'll eat.
Yeah,
that was
good.
I'll eat the whole box in a weekend, no problem. I just keep cutting off slivers.
Yeah.
And I figure if they're only little slivers, I'm okay. And by Sunday, the whole thing's gone.
What about Entenmann's Pop-Ums?
What the
I
hell
don't
are
even know what
those?
that is.
It's like little donut holes, but you just pop them in your mouth.
So they're like
just,
munchkins.
but they're called Pop-Ums because you can just pop them in.
Well, you could pop in anything in your mouth. When you eat anything, don't you just pop it in?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess, but these are just you just take it and you just pop it in.
I don't know. What about a good? How about a good Olive Garden?
No, never been an Olive Garden fan.
Never been? You're missing out.
The Olive Garden and what's the other one? Carrabba's are the same.
Oh yeah,
shitty like Italian food. Carrabba's, whatever
Outback
it is.
owns Carrabba's.
I might do a good Olive Garden every once in a while. Yeah.
If there's an Olive Garden in like the hotel parking lot, I'll be like,
well, you got no. Yeah, when you it's either that or the Applebee's, so you have to switch.
But then I pretend that I don't have an option. There could be like another restaurant close by. I'm like, I'll just do the Olive Garden.
I used to go to Pizza Hut for their spaghetti when I was really poor. Loved it.
Pizza Hut used to have a great salad bar.
Yeah, I would get the salad bar, and I would actually get their. I never liked their pizza, but I liked their spaghetti, which no one ordered. It was always a pain in the ass when I ordered it. It was on the menu, but 99% of the people went in there for the pizza.
So you look at a Pizza Hut now, you're like, who goes there? Right? Every time you see, like, how are they still open? Like, there's so much better pizza,
especially where we live. You know, maybe there's places out there that don't have a choice, but.
There's nothing better than telling a native New Yorker that you ordered Domino's and they just lose their shit.
But Domino's, you know, they still do a good job.
It's a good hate eat if you really hate yourself and you're just like, I'm going to punish my entire body.
You got to go to Pizza Hut because now they have Wing Street.
What's Wing Street?
It's buffalo wings. They say only at Pizza Hut, Wing Street, where you can order all kinds of different wings.
Why Wing Street?
Why street?
It's like it's like when you walk down the street and you see all these different houses.
Right.
That's like variety of buffalo wings.
But I don't think that slogan's going to catch on.
Wing Street.
I don't
They
think
put it
it's
on the
gonna
side of
catch
the
on.
building. Pizza Hut, but Wing Street is here too.
Let's just stop with the slogans trying to catch on. Just fucking, it's a place to eat. You pull over, you're hungry. You know, the Radio Shack tried to call it the Shack.
Right.
Yeah.
Did they? Yeah. They were trying to change it. They're gonna go hang out at the Shack. Nobody's fucking hanging out there.
You guys want to go hang out at Radio Shack? I got
Shack?
nothing to do.
Because the word radio is such an old word now.
Oh, dude, kids.
Yeah,
So they were trying to like become a little hipper.
No,
but it didn't work.
nobody was doing that. I love Radio Shack because they know what they're talking about in there. I go there a lot. I'll support them.
Right.
You know, because everyone in there knows exactly what the fuck you need. But nobody started. It completely failed. You're gonna hang out at the Shack. We're gonna get down to the Shack today.
Every single one of these catchphrases just sounds like one of those. You can just imagine those assholes in the boardroom. They're like, I got an idea. Wing Street. We call it Wing Street. It's like your neighborhood, but instead of houses, it's delicious wings.
And then you see it on the menu, and they have a TM next to it, like a trademark. Nobody's stealing that. Right. You shouldn't have wasted your money.
That was the name of my band, Wing Street.
And no one in that meeting is brave enough to raise their hand and say, that is a stupid idea.
Hey, Neil, you're a cocksucker. That's a dumb idea.
You never go to B-Dubs?
What's that?
B-Dubs.
What's B-Dubs?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, that's B-Dubs.
I didn't know that was no, I don't mind that place. Like you watch football, you're on the road.
Do you call
or
it
whatever
B-Dubs,
like that.
though?
No, I never heard it was B-Dubs.
I'll tell you this, though. Those commercials irritate the shit out of me because it's always about them rigging sports games so you can stay longer.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they did that whole advertising campaign where they're like, it's almost the end of the fourth quarter, and then someone behind the bar hits a button, and then the game gets changed so that they can hang out at Buffalo Wild Wings longer?
Look, it says if you go to the website, right up top, you can put in your zip code, find a B-Dubs.
Oh.
And there's a little R next to it. That's B-Dubs is a registered trademark, so don't be trying to copy that.
Another one, yeah, because I know a lot of people are going to try to steal that.
Try to steal B-Dubs.
But why B-Dubs?
Because it's dub, W, two W's, Wild Wings, that's the plural, B-Dubs.
Yeah, but no one could figure that out.
Wild Wings.
That's stupid. Just call it
B-Dubs.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Then I know what I'm getting.
It just doesn't sound as fun when you say it like that.
Nothing is fun about this
How
stuff.
about the fact that all these places aren't serving food? It's all processed chickens that are on steroids.
Right.
And then they're like, B-Dubs. It's fucking circus animals that they're serving us.
Oh boy,
America runs on Dunkin'.
Tweet us your Dunkin'.
Someone was telling
Who
me
would
that.
tweet a Dunkin' moment? Could you go to see if anyone has tweeted a Dunkin' moment? I
Some
need to
guys
know.
dying of diabetes. I just had another Dunkin' moment.
Hey, that Dunkin' moment thing ties into a lot of morning shows around the country.
Some guy told me that one of his friends calls Dunkin' Donuts Dunkies.
Dunkies.
You want to go to Dunkies?
I think that's a Boston thing.
Well,
Don't
yeah,
they call
you
it
can't. Boston, you cannot get to a Starbucks there. They block them out, man. Every corner there's a Dunkin' Donuts.
But you've never lined up in front of like an elevator when you first get to work, and it's so crowded with people. But thank God you got your Dunkin' Donuts coffee. You're cool. That's a Dunkin' moment.
America runs on Dunkin'.
That's a Dunkin' moment.
That's a Dunkin' moment.
If I got blown in the parking lot of a Dunkin' that would be a Dunkin' moment. Other than that, it had nothing to do with the coffee.
Well, let's have an open mind. Let's look at some of the Dunkin' moments. We might be missing out here, guys. See, there's a nice Dunkin' moment.
Look at that. Just in her car, butter pecan iced coffee.
Screaming child in the back seat.
Look,
it's her Dunkin' moment.
It's a picture of her.
This is my hashtag Dunkin' moment
of her sugary drink.
Ugh.
That's a good Dunkin' moment.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Look,
this
here's
is
a
fun.
nice look.
This is what I was talking about with the fun.
Right.
Like it's a whole family together, and they all have their whipped coffee drinks.
Well, the one guy, he has just a coffee.
Well, that's Dad for you. He's not gonna,
But the girls have their sugary drinks.
It's a Dunkin' moment.
That's a Dunkin' moment.
It looks like they forced.
Look at this Dunkin' moment. Why are you getting mad, Florentine?
You know what? If it's for kids and families, I get it. Kids want to get their picture up on Twitter or whatever the shit.
Yeah.
All right. But when I see adults in here, I'm going to have a problem with it. Right now, it's a bunch of kids. They're holding their drinks. No problem.
Well, there's an adult with a donut.
Most of these pictures look like they were in a different country and forced people to take pictures with a Dunkin' Donuts.
Right.
They're like, hey, you want 20 American dollars? Yes.
If you ever want to see your family again, you're going to hold up this box of donuts.
Put up the donuts. Now hashtag it.
Let's go to Kristen in Atlanta. Kristen.
Hey guys, what's up?
We're just fucking around.
Well, I was kind of wishing y'all have Jim Florentine in there. I was kind of wanting to hear some of his demoralizing stories of fucking chicks and, getting it on, because all this cupcake donut talk sounds a little gay.
She's right. You're right. Absolutely, it is.
I was wondering if y'all could skip the donut talk and talk about pussy smashing for about 30 minutes. I was looking to flick my bean before I walk into work. I want Florentine talking about how I used to crush pussy.
Oh my God, that guy knows me. That is totally what
what the fuck? Who calls up?
I'm insulted y'all are talking about food. Can y'all go back to ass to mouth references?
I think there are a couple jokes in there, right? I hope.
Parking lot.
All right, we'll get some.
And
getting
that chick's
blown
calling up,
stories.
so like, I want to hear some fucking stories. Usually the girl's like, what a slob.
She's like, like with the penthouse letters where you're like, who the fuck wrote these? It's chicks like that. She's like,
Dear Penthouse, I took on a whole basketball team I saw in Applebee's.
If the girls are begging for this, you can only imagine that the guys are driving off the road with this talk.
Well, I love that she said this. You guys are kind of gay for talking about
we admitted
donuts and stuff like that. You want to hear sex stories.
What about a nice red velvet cupcake?
Isn't that the sexy of the cupcakes?
Red velvet. It's all the rage. You put red velvet in things, and man, they'll line up. Right, Kristen?
Red velvet does sound.
Maybe put a little red velvet in your pussy.
Yeah.
And then we can bring the two together, and then we're talking.
With a cream pie.
Just smash cupcakes into your hole.
She just said the scariest two words in sex.
What'd she say?
Cream pie. I'm not coming in you. You just made me wince. I'm like, pull out.
I'm just helping y'all head in the right direction.
Thank you.
We need that every once in a while.
Did you ever have a Dunkin' moment?
Let me go to San Francisco, the hometown of Dan Soder, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's where my dad's from. But you
did a couple years there.
Yeah, I did a stint there when my parents split up.
David, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Saying Applebee's making sick. Hey, yo, Jim, when you're driving in your car and you're behind a car, it has a sticker on it. It says Stanford mom, Berkeley mom. Like they actually are going to the school. What do you think about that?
You could enjoy a good bumper sticker, right, Florentine?
What's the bumper sticker?
Like, I don't know, my kid goes to Stanford, right? Something like that.
No, it says mom, Stanford mom.
Oh, Stanford mom. She's a little proud.
She's proud.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. It doesn't drive me crazy. The stick people, put the kids on the back of the stick. How many people in your family?
Yeah.
That annoys me, but it doesn't drive me crazy.
Right.
Okay, here's another one.
Yeah.
What do you think when you're driving and you got a chick, she's barefoot, she's got her fucking feet up on your dash, and you look over and see somebody's sneaky feet?
Okay. This guy's got a lot of anger issues.
That doesn't even make me angry.
Yeah, this guy's coming unraveled. Jim, I got a situation for you. You're driving, guy hits his blinker. What a cocksucker. This guy's fucking angry.
The bumper stickers, though, like, a Stanford mom and all that.
Dude, you're paying $50,000 a year.
I went to Geneseo, and I had a Geneseo sticker on the back of my car. It didn't have as much heat.
Yeah.
It didn't have as much heat as Stanford mom.
Yeah, or a Harvard mom.
Right, Harvard mom.
My son goes to SUNY Albany.
Geneseo. I know.
I'm a SUNY Albany mom. My kid's up there getting good grades.
I was proud, but I wasn't getting heat. I wasn't getting heat from that as I was driving around.
I think you're right, Jim. The stick figure families are the ones that irritate me.
It doesn't drive me nuts, but yeah, it is a little annoying.
With the dog, and then they have
the dog,
and the cat, and they're like, "This is our whole family." You're like, I just hate. I hate your entire family.
I don't like those at all.
You ever see the beach ones where it's flip flops and sandals and Crocs for the kids?
No.
Yeah.
That would bother me.
Yeah. Let me.
You don't like Crocs?
For kids.
What about like adults?
My son wears Crocs. It's great. They slip right on. It's perfect.
There are people outside, though. They're comfortable.
They're
Adults,
not comfortable for what? For who?
adults that are walking around all
if you're
day.
going to the beach for the day, I guess, right? You want to go to the parking lot. You don't want to fucking walk on the pavement. I get it.
Right.
But what if you take off your work shoes? And that way you can walk around on the street. When you're out of the office, you put your Crocs on.
No.
You wouldn't walk down Broadway in a pair of Crocs?
Not really, but they are good for the beach.
But, I mean, you got a young son as well. I mean, how great is that?
Instead of the greatest thing ever.
Putting shoes on them and tying their laces. Oh, what a fucking nightmare. Slip them into some Crocs and you're ready to roll.
Look at this picture of Steven Tyler. He's wearing his Crocs.
You're cool like Steven
He's allowed
Tyler.
to. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he wrote Dream On.
If you beat heroin and you write classic music, you get to wear Crocs.
Yeah, Sweet Emotion. Okay, you're allowed to wear Crocs.
I feel like I want to call Jim every morning with like advice. Like, Jim, I'm going to wear a T-shirt I bought at a bar. Is that a good idea?
That's why
don't do it. Okay.
Here's the big plug. That's why Florentine's podcast is so good.
It's
These
great.
are all topics and things he does on his podcast. And he makes you look like a fool.
I just did one a couple weeks ago about fireworks. There's no, to go to fireworks.
You don't like
displays.
fireworks?
No.
Why?
I don't like driving to them. It's fucking stupid.
All right, hold on the line. I'm going to get to you in a second.
It almost sounds at this point like you have tastes like a World War I vet, where you're like, I like to sit in a quiet room with a good book, a very well-written book.
But when he says these things, you want to go, you're ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then he breaks it down, and then you feel like a fool that you ever liked fireworks.
And I never had a father.
Like I feel guilty now that I like ketchup.
Here's the thing: I've never had a male role model, so I am impressionable in any way.
Yeah.
Jim could tell me like, you should stop doing this, and I'd be like, yeah, you're right. I fucking really fucked up.
He brought up ketchup the other day, and I want to go, you're a fool.
Yeah.
And then when he explained it, I'm embarrassed to put ketchup on my hamburgers now.
You don't like ketchup?
No.
He's not 8.
Not a fan.
Oh, man, you would hate the way I eat. I dunk everything in condiments. I love ranch dressing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what do you use the ranch dressing on? Like
everything. I'm white trash, man. I'll do it. I'll dunk anything in there. Yeah. I'll dunk Dunkin' Donuts in white trash. In white.
I just found a cool hashtag.
Yeah.
Hashtag, how do you KFC?
Nice.
Oh, those commercials are the fucking worst. That fake reality, like they're holding the camera.
Now I still like a good KFC.
No way, man.
What?
No way.
And Churches and Popeyes. Popeyes is my favorite.
Popeyes is the shit. I'll give you Popeyes.
I haven't talked about Popeyes. I was obsessed with Popeyes for a while.
Even though they're filled with hate, Chick-fil-A, pretty damn delicious.
Chick-fil-A is amazing.
It's the best.
When I'm outside of New York, I'm like, I know you guys are very intolerant. You're a very intolerant corporation, but goddamn, you make a good chicken sandwich.
They use ranch on it.
I know. No, they don't. No, they don't. Not on the regular one. You have to put it on there.
Oh.
It comes with a pickle.
Let's see how these people KFC, please. The hashtag is how do you KFC?
I'm really good.
The swastika.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
Beautiful.
I eat it while I'm hating.
Wow, this is cool. Okay, you're gonna like this. Jim. Finally, I found
And look,
something
right on the
that you'll
box
be
it
okay
says
with.
#how.
But look at this. It's a bunch of dudes, and they're eating KFC, and they're fist bumping.
They're fist pumping.
And it says
Because
here,
it's so damn good.
it says here, man up, fill up, $5.
That's right.
How do you KFC?
No, they stole the hashtag how, though. That's on their packaging. They just go with how. They can't steal how.
It's just dudes being men.
They're not showing their face. I don't know how old they are. They look like they're young.
No, they look a little
They look like
older.
high school
They
kids.
I'm going to go college.
I think that's a wedding ring on this guy.
Yeah, I'm going to go
So they're
college.
they're men, you know?
That could be fake, though. I feel like that's a fake picture.
No way. KFC posted it.
You're telling me there's 4 men that are dumb enough to be like, guys, I got an idea. Let's fist bump over a box of KFC.
I think it's just like a natural moment. I got some chicken.
Nah, it feels planned.
And what do you get by doing this, by posting these? Do you get like free chicken?
No, just something you do for fun.
How is that fun?
You're just sharing
like,
it.
but who? But sharing it to who? But who else? How are you going to see somebody's reaction if you're just putting it out there? Who's it fun to?
You would never fist bump with your pals as you're eating KFC?
No, and I would. I'm done with these fucking hashtags too.
What if it's the Super Bowl?
When you got soccer moms putting hashtag my kids, I love them.
No, you
hashtag
sure?
a great life. I'm fucking done with hashtags.
A good Super Bowl. You're at a party.
No.
You're sharing some KFC. A little fist bump.
Oh, this
little fist bump.
It's game night. KFC.
Fuck all this.
What do you save your fist bump
It's
for?
not chicken.
Florentine. What do you save your fist
C
bump
stands
for?
You know, if I see somebody, I usually just shake a hand. I don't do a fist bump, but no, not after eating something.
No, okay.
I've never I've been to good restaurants, never fist bump.
No.
If I've been
Over a
caught-
good steak? Without ketchup. I know.
No, yeah,
Without
no.
ketchup.
I've had great steaks, never fist bump.
Never
I was
fist
in
bump.
Nashville eating the fucking best barbecue in the world at Jack's.
You didn't look around for someone to fist bump?
I didn't fist bump
No.
my
Your
friend
hands
that I
were
was
messy?
with. No, nothing.
Nothing.
I'm like, this is fucking good, isn't it? He's like, yeah, it is.
You acknowledged
And that
it
was
with words?
I didn't hashtag the Jack's.
But hashtag BBQ.
But if you're eating a good barbecue, the only thing you can do is fist bump.
Or hit a home
Because
run.
the rest of your hand is really fucking filthy. You got a fist bump at the
But
barbecue
what are you fist bumping about?
Because you're so happy.
You're celebrating.
All that goodness is in you now.
You're celebrating that you're about to enjoy some KFC.
Yeah.
No. My wife, it was our 2-year wedding anniversary the other
Congrats,
night.
by the way.
She cooked filet and did a whole meal and stuff like that. I gave her a kiss. This is great. And I kissed her.
That was nice.
I didn't fist bump.
That's a fist bump. That's a face bump. That's what you gave her.
A face bump. All right.
Yeah.
But no.
Let's start that.
I didn't hashtag. I didn't take a picture.
Can we start the hashtag face bump?
Face bump.
I didn't hashtag it and put it on Facebook. Food porn.
I just imagine that girl in Georgia right now. It's like, and what did you do after you kissed? Did it get more erotic? She's still trying to get to the sex stories.
I'm a huge fan when people post pictures of what they're eating.
That's
I think
the
it's
worst.
Jim, are you not a
fucking worst.
Are you not a foodie?
No, I'm not a foodie, and no, I don't.
What's wrong with being a foodie?
Yeah,
You're just
understand.
bragging
Now
that
he's
you know how to make a
insulting
deal. Ooh, big deal. Oh, wow.
I cook. Go
Wow,
fuck
look
yourself.
what I did. I cooked this meal. Big fucking deal.
But the foodies know
That's what
where-
everybody does every day.
But they know where to eat.
Who does?
Foodies. They know where the best hamburger is, the best pizza joint.
That's one of my favorite part of foodies in New York. Like, you live in New York, it's so easy to find great shit in the city.
Yeah, because if you don't have a good joint, you're gone in a month.
Yeah.
You get maybe a month
You're
to,
back
to
in
get
Indiana.
people in your joint.
Yeah, you're having a Dunkin' moment in fucking Gary, Indiana.
Right.
You're like, I lived in New York for 6 months. It didn't pan out.
It's tougher to eat good in that neighborhood.
Let's say hi to Manny in San Jose. San Jose, that's kind of close to San Francisco, right?
South.
Yeah, it's Bay Area.
It's a hot pocket.
You got a neighborhood bar and grill there, Applebee's?
Yeah, it's disgusting. Don't worry about it. Listen, I don't know what Florentine looks like, but I know I heard that voice on a movie or something. You played a pimp or I don't know what.
Yeah, I was in Californication.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
So are you acting now? Is this an acting thing for you?
He just said it like it's one of your parents' friends. He's like, so what are you doing? You acting now?
Yeah, I do a little bit on the side.
I gave up on Californication, but now I got to see the episode you were in.
It's a great show.
I loved it for a while. I really did. For whatever reason, I just tapped out. What do you got, Manny, besides all that?
Not much. The stickers. I saw one that was little skulls and crossbones of the whole family. That was retarded.
Because they all died, or?
Yeah, Jesus.
Dog.
That's
it
a-
was a stop.
That's a pretty morbid bumper sticker.
Is it Susan Smith's
wagon?
Jesus.
And KFC is disgusting. You got to be kidding.
I don't mind KFC still, but Popeye's definitely better. Thank you,
Get
man.
out of your head that you like KFC.
There's something you said. Whatever. What was it? Oh, fireworks. You didn't explain. I'm obsessed with that now. I think you're kind of right, though. Just 4th of July, everyone searches out the fireworks, and then you realize when you check it out that why am I watching this?
Fireworks have not evolved over the years. It's the same shit. There's nothing new.
Yeah, it's explosions.
Okay, yeah, right, but it's the same shit when you were a kid. There's nothing
You
new
haven't
about
seen the
it.
one that makes a smiley face in the sky?
No, I haven't, but
That's a new one, and they also
That's fun.
sync up some cool rock songs.
Take your favorite rock musicians.
That's right.
Right, so you get, after the explosions,
And
you
they-
could try to hear the music with the explosions, and everybody else going, ooh, ah.
And your local rock station will promote that. They're syncing it up.
Yeah.
We're going to have a Led Zeppelin
That's kinda cool,
firework.
Yeah.
That's not
I'd
cool?
rather hear 2 for Tuesday.
We're going to get the
Yeah.
lead out with fireworks.
So you're supposed to put the radio on as the fireworks are going, and they're going to sync it up? Is that how it
Yeah,
works?
exactly. The second firework you hit, you turn on the radio.
It
to
never
sync
really
up.
syncs up, though. They don't have that one figured out yet.
They're on like a minute and a half delay. How
Right.
could it sync up?
What about personal fireworks?
I don't know. I love personal. My theory is as long as you don't have to leave your house, if you can go out on your deck or out your apartment on top of the building and watch them, fine. But you got to go drive 45 minutes to go park 3 miles away to watch 15 minutes of fireworks and then walk 3 miles back and be stuck in traffic for another fucking 2 hours for 15 minutes of shit you saw when you were a kid.
When you could see the same fireworks from 10 miles away. By
Right,
the way.
from
Why
10
do you have
miles
to
away.
get-
What's
why
the
do you-
difference? They don't
yeah.
look better up close.
Why do you have to get so close?
I'm on board with this.
I think
Right, and you got to park in a neighborhood and walk, and then you're around it. Ooh, ah.
Well, they took it away from the people, though. There was a time where everyone did their own fireworks,
Which
and
I loved.
and the risk factor made it so fucking cool.
That's what it was. It was
and then
the
you
danger.
then you fire a few bottle rockets at each other because what the hell? Why not?
My friend got caught in the eye with a bottle rocket when we
Really?
were in high school, and it was the weirdest moment of like, I want to laugh, but then you're like, I shouldn't, and then you're like, oh, I really shouldn't because I think he's blind now. But he healed, so now it's a funny story.
He's all right.
Oh, yeah, we used to get packs of firecrackers and just throw them at each other.
Oh yeah, sure, all that stuff.
Bottle rockets, of course, yeah.
I mean, on Long Island, you go in the neighborhoods 4th of July weekend. It was a war zone. If you drove around these neighborhoods, July 5th, you couldn't believe, what was left behind.
They tried making most fireworks illegal in Colorado, so then just people would drive up. I grew up in Denver. We'd just drive up to Wyoming and then just get these insane fireworks and come back and then just fire them at each other. And it was the greatest time ever.
So that is cool.
That
But now it's all controlled
absolutely,
and all
yeah,
that.
because all the neighbors are going to call.
Your
it's
local
dangerous.
town and their fireworks display.
Yeah, it's 8:30 and they're making noise. You got the next day off.
I was
All right,
hashtagging
you
about-
got a chance to sleep in. It's fucking July 5th. You're not working. So what if you don't go to bed at 8:30? Oh, they're making so much noise. It's dangerous. It's not a fire. It's not a fire.
I wanted the world to know about my Duncan moment, and my neighbors were creating a racket in the backyard.
Let's go with Blumpkin moments.
Yeah, that's what that chick in Atlanta wants to get to.
A Blumpkin moment?
Yeah, where she's like, when were you getting your dick sucked down the toilet, Jim?
Worst commercial on TV, Pepsi commercial, canoeing down a river.
I don't think so. I think those KFCs are the worst commercials.
Let's say out of Chicago. Bishop.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen this Pepsi commercial. It's infuriating. It's a bunch of guys like on a canoe trip, and they're floating in the river, and they have a cooler of Pepsi in one of the tubes, and the Pepsi gets away, so they strap on their helmets, and they race down the river to get their... I wouldn't do that if it was full of cocaine and hookers.
I easily would. I would definitely. If it was full of coke and hookers, I'd be like, let's go.
Well, have you seen this one?
Yeah, I know exactly what he's talking
I don't know
about.
if I've seen this.
It's an awful commercial.
Probably seen it, but I just don't feel like remembering it.
But I don't think it's as worse as the KFC fake reality where they're like holding the camera and they're like, we have a great time eating KFC. Have you seen those?
Yeah, they take themselves too seriously. It's just fucking food.
It's not even food.
Stop trying to get some kind of viral moment going.
If you want to, like if they want to do a
corporate
promotion
Twitter
where
account.
whoever's the best picture today, you get a $100 gift certificate or something like that.
That's great.
Someone encourages kids that
Right.
eat there. I get it.
But don't try to make it sound like it's this over the top fun.
I wish they had commercials where like, we're actually serving chicken again. At KFC, and they're like, oh, I'm going to go stop by.
Come back. We blew it.
Guys, we got a little greedy, and now we're going to start serving real chicken.
We got good news. We're not frying up goop anymore.
Yeah.
Do you shop at the Taco Bell Live Más store?
Oh, jeez. What kind of sad sack of shit has their wardrobe?
Taco Bell has T-shirts.
Yeah, because their slogan is "Live Más."
But what else?
Más means more.
Yeah, you're gonna live a lot less by eating at Taco Bell. It's fucking.
Florentine, let's have an open mind though. What's wrong with you? Look, can we go to the Live Más store and see what they offer?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's wrong with you?
All right, see.
All right,
this is the Live Más store.
Let me throw something out there, Sam. Let me see if you can find something for me. I want a Taco Bell hoodie.
Whoa! Look, you could have Live Más pajamas, a hoodie.
Oh, there it is.
Here's the Live Más zippered hoodie.
I wasn't even looking at the computer, and I was like,
That's cool because right there on your sleeve it says Taco Bell Live Más.
But that's not right.
Well, how so?
The Live Más hoodie.
That'd be funny if you're having a conversation like, that's a great hoodie. You're like, thanks, it's from Taco Bell.
I got it at the Live Más store. It's online.
The Live Más hoodie.
Look, I got a Slipknot hoodie, so
that's pretty awesome.
But
that's all right.
If you're a kid and you eat at Taco Bell and you want to wear a Taco Bell shirt,
but what about this? This one, there's a section called "Just for Fun," and I know
just for fun. Here we go. It's going to be fun. What's so fun here now?
What, the foam hat?
It's a Taco Bell foam hat. It looks like a taco, but it's a hat.
And you put it on your head.
If you paid money for that, you should be killed.
It's only $15.
That's good, right?
Jesus, plus shipping and handling.
Right. Live Más.
You know who would love that? Danny Falcone would love the.
He would love it.
He would love the foam hat.
He would,
taco hat.
He would. He was texting me earlier. Why haven't we mentioned Taco Bell? And then you went right into Taco Bell.
Oh, really? Then
yeah.
Get him in here.
All right.
Get Denny in here. He'll defend. He'll defend all this stuff because he appreciates good swag.
If I took my son to Taco Bell and he saw that hat and he's like, "Dad, I want that hat. That's cool," I would buy it for him.
That's because you're a good dad.
Yeah, but what about this grown dude on a skateboard?
No, that's
what's wrong with what's wrong with a Live Más skateboard? Can you get a Live Más skateboard?
Of course.
Go into the fun section again, please. Thank you.
There's a skateboard right here.
You can get a Taco Bell skateboard.
The Live Más taco. Yeah, it says Live Más right on there.
I remember when I was a teenager and skating was like super popular with my friends, and they was like, "What kind of deck you have?" And I got a Taco Bell deck.
I want the Live Más
I'm
store.
sponsored by Taco Bell.
There's no way this merchandise is moving. There's no way.
Yeah.
It's just fucking laying there. It's in boxes in a warehouse somewhere. Some guy thought, "Oh, we're gonna sell all the shit," and nobody's buying the stuff.
And right now they're like, "Dude, we haven't moved any taco helmets."
Yeah.
No taco helmets.
What about the beach towels that say "Make some waves"?
That's kind of cool.
That's fun though.
There's some fun there.
Look, young kids.
There's no fun in it.
Young kids are the ones that are buying this shit. They're not going to go online to pay fucking $49.95 for a hoodie plus $10 shipping and handling for
At
that.
the Live Más
They're
store?
not doing it.
No. Dennis Falcone's in studio.
Anybody sitting here?
We also have Dan Soder and Jim Florentine, of course, just killing it today. Thank you, guys. I hear you appreciate some of the Taco Bell stuff.
Taco Bell's great because they're up until 3 in the morning on the drive-thru.
So what?
And there's always a line.
You know what that's called?
But that doesn't mean it's great.
It's called fifth meal.
Yeah. No, fourth meal. I think
Fourth meal.
Yeah.
Fourth meal.
What are you, an asshole?
You know what? I'd already incorporated fourth meal into my dialect
Now you're
so
going
much
fifth?
that
You should be more obvious.
fourth meal is like late at night. Like you have breakfast.
They're trying to promote
lunch,
it as your fourth meal.
dinner.
They're trying too hard.
Yeah, they're branding a fourth
You got
meal.
stupid tacos, and people are going there hammered, and they need something immediately.
And
listen,
there
you're
are
pretty
lines.
drunk.
There are lines.
Of course, because the bar's just let out.
It's copyright.
Yeah.
You know, they have a copyright on that.
There's nothing else open. That's why there's lines.
Right.
If there was something decent open, there'd be nobody there.
You're saying if there was any other option.
Pretty much.
You'll eat cardboard if you have to after the bars close. You're not going into Taco Bell going, "Oh, I can't wait."
Good for Taco Bell. They're playing to their audience.
You mean for fourth meal?
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, you're pretty hammered. Come on by."
What do you have for fourth meal?
Do you like the Taco Bell swag?
I love it. I love all those.
Is
little
it called
customs.
swag if you have to buy it?
No, it's usually in the kids' meals.
No. We're
Not this
talking
taco
about
helmet.
the Live Más store.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to buy it. I'd like to get it for free.
What about
if they're just giving it out?
I
That's
understand that. This guy appreciates free shit.
Let's go through every T-shirt and see if they're out of any of them. They're not. They're not. Nothing
that one
selling.
looks really wordy. What does it say on that one?
Well, this is the mantra T-shirt. In case you have a Taco Bell mantra.
What's a mantra? I mean, I know what a mantra is, but what is a Taco Bell mantra?
Sometimes you just gotta go there. kick up some dirt, make some waves, blaze some trails, burn up the night, be the first one to head out.
What the fuck?
The last one to turn in. Try what you've never tried before. Make a play and let it ride.
Fake chicken. Do you feel like eating stuff that was created in a laboratory? Live your life by eating science.
Because
eating science.
If you never do, you'll never know. Sometimes you gotta
shit blood in your 20s.
I always like the line they had, run for the border. Run for the border.
No, Dennis,
we're not
done with the mantra.
Oh, going forever, yeah.
This is all on
exactly.
This is
all on one T-shirt.
This is the front of the shirt.
Wow.
Live Moss is how the mantra ends. Not shit blood in your 20s. Dan.
You got to end with Live Moss.
I like mine.
I think we could all agree you got to end with Live Moss.
Never seen anyone wearing that shirt.
Nope.
No?
The guy who came up with this, like we were saying, the board meeting, all these different ones, they brought them in. How about this? How about this?
Right.
And they're just fucking, all those shirts are just laying there.
Good news, Florentine. All sizes available.
All sizes available and everything. Everything in that fucking store is all available.
Yeah. You don't like the ringer tee?
Yeah, I appreciate a good ringer tee.
It's vintage.
Yeah. Has that vintage look?
It's a cool shirt. It doesn't need to say Taco Bell on it.
It's $16.99. It's not free.
Jesus.
It's $16.99 to Live Moss.
Well,
let me see if they're out of any sizes.
All right, let me check for you.
How would you say?
All sizes available. There you go.
Dennis Falcone?
You like Cracker Barrel? You got to be a Cracker Barrel guy, right?
I don't mind it.
That's
breakfast there.
Cracker Barrel's good.
Just to hang out in the rocking chairs and
Exactly.
sip an iced tea.
To hang out. No.
You hang out in the rocking
because
chairs
there's
and
usually-
sip iced tea?
There's a line, and when you have the kids, you just make sure they're sitting there on the rocking chairs playing,
Do you take a
some
walk
checkers.
through the country store?
I love the country store. You get all the candies in there and
the
all
best.
the old-fashioned candy.
What, a little rock candy?
Yeah, you get the rock candy.
Are you a
Those
fan of some rock candy?
horsehound mints or something. Those,
Maybe a little fudge. Do they offer fudge?
They do. They have some. They have
All
some
right.
decent fudge.
Fudge with walnuts. You're in.
Some stuffed animals for the kids.
and the maps.
Wait,
they have the
wait,
maps of
hold on.
all the Cracker
Hold
Barrels
on, not
across the
everyone
country.
is agreeing with the fudge thing.
Wait, so
here.
you think that's fun because they have maps of all the Cracker Barrels across
Well,
the
they have a lot
country?
of games and stuff you could play in there. Little board games and those little games where you
They
put
have,
the
like-
pins in there to keep the kids occupied.
Travel checkers.
It's just fun.
Your kid's got an iPhone. He's occupied. He's on it. He's got an iPad. It's
good old-fashioned fun.
Yeah, but they don't understand.
Hold on a minute.
They didn't grow up in the 50s. They're not playing a fucking a little game you put a pin in.
There's five guys in studio, and one guy gave a look when I said fudge. What's wrong with fudge?
I'm
looking at you.
I love
I know,
fudge,
I know.
man. I ain't knocking fudge.
I like fudge with some walnuts in there.
Delicious.
Thank you.
I love fudge.
Maybe a little peanut butter chocolate type of fudge thing.
I don't even know where do you even get fudge at the fudge store, like on the boardwalk.
You got to find a good general store.
Where do you even get it? I don't even know.
That sounds like an old man trying to explain gay sex. He's like, I don't even know where these guys get the fudge. What, down on the boardwalk with the fancy boys? They live in Moss?
You got to find a good general store, Florentine.
A little general store. And
You know, when you go, I don't know, you
Poconos.
take a nice ride into the country. You pull over at a nice general store and you get yourself some fudge.
Or at the country store at the Cracker Barrel. It gives you that vibe.
Dude, I love Cracker Barrel.
If you can't
Great.
find a general store, you can find a Cracker Barrel and they give you that same vibe.
Yeah.
Right before you
country
No,
store.
I know the store and the Cracker Barrel, but I mean, is this what's America thinks is fun? Is to driving and you say, "Oh, general store, let's get some fudge because we're driving." In
I
the
love
middle
how
of
he acts like
nowhere."
he's from another country.
Is this what you Americans find fun? Is just eating your chicken dumplings while you have your fudge?
When I was younger and you're driving through and you see a strip club, you're like, "Oh, let's fucking, you want to pop in for a beer?" That was fun.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd have more fun than that than buying fucking fudge.
Slightly more fun than a good piece of fudge.
Dan, what would you rather? A piece of fudge? You see a general store, or we have fudge, or there's a strip club right
Dan,
next to
before
it.
you answer.
And you got time to kill.
Fudge with
And you're with your
walnuts.
buddies, and it's like noon, and you go, "Hey,
And a good rock candy on a stick.
you want to pop in for one?"
Can I have fudge at the strip club? There's so
No.
many options. Strip club.
Fuck.
There you go.
Titties beat fudge.
I lost them.
But
Fudge
listen,
seems fun, though.
Fudge is fun. It's fun for
It's
everybody.
fun. Yeah, it's something everybody can
Fun.
enjoy.
You cut it up in little pieces.
it's a low-key
Share it,
snack.
It is.
Share with who?
You're
Whoever's in the
people you're
car with
driving
you.
with. Yeah.
Are you saying everybody else would have gone to the strip club? You got nobody to share your fudge with?
That girl in George is like,
I want to talk more about tits. I hate fudge.
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question. What's the actual shipping and handling for the foam taco?
Yeah, let's
hat?
see.
Good question.
$29.99.
It's in the shape of a taco.
Well, let me find it on the website. Oh, there's the Live Moss store.
I'm imagining some guy's asleep at a computer, and then you order it, and it's like, and he's like, huh? What? Similar
Okay, yeah, it said calculating availability. As it turns out, it is indeed available.
Okay, good. Is it available in orange?
Yes, it is. They have it in orange.
Good. What other colors does it come in?
Just orange.
Okay.
Let me proceed to checkout. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got to put in my credit card before they tell me the shipping.
Fuck that shit. Don't even do that.
I'm not going to do that.
You're going to be on the hook for a few fucking foam hats.
Yeah, I know. Because that's what people are going to do. There's a whole page of shit you got to fill out for a foam hat.
And then you're on a newsletter that they email you.
Yeah.
Right. And then they bother you for the rest of your life.
About their new fourth meal.
What is that?
You're a metal guy, right? Like you love metal. Loud music.
Yeah.
This is a Live Moss speaker.
Whoa. That's kind of cool,
You get a
Florentine.
speaker.
Just imagine your Metallica coming out of that.
Yeah.
I got my first guitar plugged into a Taco Bell amp.
Live Moss.
Live Moss.
That's kind of cool.
And it's only $59.99.
No one's buying that.
No one's buying
it just because it has Taco Bell's logo on it. They can get that anywhere.
I'm going to select the color and then it'll check for availability. So let's calculating. Okay, it is available, and you can you can listen wirelessly if you want.
Surprisingly, it's available.
It is available.
You can't get that anywhere else. Just right. Taco Bell only is the only one that has a speaker like that. This guy, a portable one you can walk around with. Nobody else.
That's great.
But I'm going to go to Taco Bell's website, pay $59.99 plus probably $9.95 for shipping and handling. Give my credit card. It might get stolen over their fucking unsecure site that some fucking kids running because that's only kids eat at Taco Bell. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
And then it'll be branded with their logo.
I'd rather go to the Shack and get a fucking little speaker.
I found a caller that's going to speak for a lot of people today. It's Austin in Kansas City. Go ahead, Austin.
Hey, Opie.
Hey.
Rockin' sweet. You guys got a great show going. I think you should fill that seat with Dan Soder. He is funny as shit.
Oh, thank you, man.
We like the Dan Soder. We like the Florentine as well.
Yeah, put Dan in there.
No.
No, I disagree about that.
Well, Dan already sat in the seat.
You asshole. You set me up for that.
We're taking notes. Dennis Falcone has no problem sitting in that seat. Rich Voss has no problem sitting in that seat. Dan had a little problem sitting in that seat.
I had a big problem with that seat.
I think a little.
You might have to pay for it, but no, Florentine, you ruined my day.
That's why I say
I love that.
he's speaking for a lot of people. You do ruin people's days.
Why did I ruin your day, sir?
It doesn't bum you out?
Because you shouldn't feel guilty about putting ketchup on your French fries.
I mean, everything you say is just negative. Everybody shit, and it's like, I literally walk into work just this curmudgeon.
He wanted to have a Duncan moment this morning.
I'm sorry, but look, they're the ones that antagonize me. They know. There's a lot of stuff I do like, but they don't want me talking about it.
Is Jim Raincloud Florentine.
I will say it again because it's a great plug for his podcast. The brilliance of it is he makes you feel guilty about things like ketchup.
I don't think I'll be able to go into a Cracker Barrel with the same enthusiasm that I used to. I'd be like, my girlfriend would be like, "Do you want to play checkers?" I'm like, I don't know. Florentine had a good idea. She's probably just get a new app on her phone.
What about the rocking chair?
Yeah, guys, I don't know. You're not fun anymore. And then I go to
sit in the rocking chairs and feel like we're in New Hampshire.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't know.
Thank you, Austin. I think a lot of people would agree with you today.
He's like, yeah, it's like Florentine's like, you know what else bothers me? Petting puppies. It's overrated. I don't know why. I love fudge. I will disagree with you about. But I think most of the things you're right. And now,
but does it put you in a good mood, like in a fun mood?
Yeah,
fudge? Absolutely. All right, so let's say you have a terrible set.
Okay.
At the Improv, and you're like, fuck, man, I might get fired for the week. It was my first night. I'm like, I'm waiting for and you're miserable about it. Are you going to go, and there's a store right next to the hotel or whatever, and they're open. Is that going to put you in a better mood, a piece of fudge?
Maybe
that's going to wipe out everything else, all your insecurities.
Well, I'd probably do drugs after this.
All right, but fudge isn't going to put you in that. You need to get in that good mood. Like, man, I got to cheer up. Let me go get some fudge.
It's not putting me in a good mood, but it's nudging me towards a better mood.
How much on the needle is it nudging you? A piece of fudge?
I don't know. With a nice maybe walnut in it, or maybe I don't know. It's moving me. It's pushing me towards a good time.
What about a nice maple walnut fudge?
I mean,
okay.
What set? I didn't even just do a set. I'm on cloud 9 eating all this fudge.
I got a question for Florida.
If you're on vacation with your chick,
no one's looking.
Let's get some fudge or whatever. You're on a boardwalk. You want to go? All right, we'll get a piece. All right.
You sure no one's looking? None of my friends around? All right, I'll have a piece of rock candy with you.
Locked hotel door.
Right. What's your guilty pleasure, Florentine?
I don't know.
Like just something you have to like.
All right, yeah.
Taffy? Do you like taffy on the Atlantic City Boardwalk? A nice box of saltwater taffy.
Oh yeah, taffy.
You bring it back.
Terrible.
You go to a casino. Let's bring something home for mom.
I
Get
do.
a nice box of
Well,
taffy.
if you want to bring it for your mom, yeah.
But what if you want to get it for the ride home? Make the road trip a little bit fun.
Saltwater taffy is the best.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You don't like saltwater taffy?
No.
Different flavors, mint and
You know
peanut
what?
butter and
I
everything.
can't remember because the last time I ate it was when I was 6. So it was over 40 years ago. So I can't give you an answer on it.
And next time you go to Trump's, you walk out on the boardwalk and you get a box.
It's not like that.
What's your guilty pleasure though? Like maybe an Oreo or a little ice cream at night. What do you got?
I'll eat
piece
an
of
ice cream
pie?
cake if there's a birthday. I'll have a piece of ice cream cake.
You have so many restrictions on delicious foods.
I've never had a sweet tooth, even as a kid. Like I never had I need candy. I need all that shit.
You don't have a favorite cookie?
No, I've never really. I used to eat Oreos with milk when I was a kid, but
that's it.
I never really had a big sweet tooth, though. Even like regular cake, I won't eat regular cake. If it's ice cream cake, I'll have a piece
I'm just imagining
for a birthday. I'll have it like 4 times a year, ice cream cake.
I imagine you as a kid just becoming disenfranchised with Oreos as you're eating them. You're like, what are we really doing here, though? It's just, it's not that good of a cookie. Jim, you're 6. He's like, I don't know if I can get behind these cookies anymore.
But Jim, you're 6 and he's going, I'm not 2.
I ate that when I was 2.
I enjoyed these when I was crawling. I'm a walking kid now.
I'm already an adult. Not a diaper, for Christ's sake.
You know, like the giant chocolate chip cookie that says "Happy Birthday, Jim" on it. A big giant chocolate chip. You get those? Those are nice.
He goes way to the other side.
That's what I love. Dennis might be the opposite of Jim, where Dennis is like, you know what I like? A nice walk on the beach with my gal and some saltwater taffy.
You like a good boardwalk, huh?
I like
You get
the
excited
boardwalk,
at a good boardwalk.
I like IHOP too for breakfast. You get the chocolate chip pancake where they put the whipped cream smile.
Boardwalks
You
are
like that?
fun until you realize.
That's nice, right?
Yeah, it is nice. You know what's... Go ahead.
I was just going to say
Makes you
about boardwalks. They're fun until you realize it's a step and repeat, and every 10 feet it's the exact same shit over and over.
Right,
again.
a pizza place or a T-shirt place.
Right, and then you
all the
think
same.
you think you're finding different things, and then you realize the pattern went back to the beginning, and then it's one thing after another again that you just saw.
Times Square on the beach. That's what it is. Like all those, like I Love New York shirts. It's all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same
T-shirt
stuff. Yeah,
Right.
But Danny, wait. So you're saying at IHOP, a pancake, a chocolate chip pancake, and it has whipped cream, and they make it in a smiley face. But did that put you in a good mood when it comes to your table and there's a smiley face in whipped cream?
It's cute. You're thinking way too deep into this.
I'm not thinking. I never thought of it before, so I'm not really thinking way too deep in it.
Oh wow, look at that smile. It's cute.
You ever go to Johnny Rockets?
Will you eat around it so you could save the smile to the end?
Yeah, you eat around it. Yeah, you just have the smile by itself on the plate.
You go to Johnny Rockets, Florentine?
Chocolate chip pancake, that they're good. I've had them before at IHOP.
You know what's great about
But that would annoy me if a smiley face was on there and whipped cream.
Well, that's why you got to go to Johnny Rockets because it's like a 50s diner.
Yeah, I know Johnny Rockets. Yeah,
But But you don't get ketchup, so you don't know. If you ask for a side of ketchup for your fries, they get the squeezy bottle and they make a smiley face with it, so you could dip your fries in the smiley face.
Well, Voss would never eat that because he has to have it out of a packet. That maniac.
Yeah, he'd have a problem.
Going to
with
put
that.
acid in ketchup.
Right.
Acid hasn't been around since '76, but
he has to find.
Is that really?
They put in a smiley face.
Yeah, they squeeze out the ketchup, put in a little smiley face.
That's kind of fun for everyone.
It is fun, and then you put a couple nickels in the jukebox and they dance.
It's
you sound like a sadistic person right now.
I know.
You sound like you're real fucked
and
up
everyone
with
says he hates everything. Well, look what's going. This is just the examples he's giving me. Like I'm supposed to like that.
Well, he's baiting you. Dennis is being real.
My 4-year-old.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
Dennis is like, I love a nice smiley face. Sam's like, hey Jim, what have you ever done this?
We're all baiting you, but you make a good observation. This guy is the real deal.
He's like, I love a nice pancake with a smiley face on it.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my son out to lunch when I get home later today, and I'm going to get the ketchup. I'm going to make it a smiley face for his fries that he's going to eat. I'm going to see if he laughs at that. I'm like, so what do you think? I want to see even his reaction. Like, what? Huh.
Well,
I just want to eat my fries.
Yeah, because you've been training him.
No, I haven't been. Yeah, he does. Everything. He does. I'm driving. I'm like, ugh, and he's in the back going, ugh. He's already doing it. It's great.
I love when you can influence your kid. It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Like, ugh.
Yeah. Why don't we take a break? We're supposed to end, but we could do a little more. I think, right?
If you want, yeah.
Yeah. Let's. You guys, do you have to go anywhere?
No.
You good for a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do a little more. We got Florentine in studio. He's got a lot going on. He has his Unmasked with Ron Bennington. It's going to air tomorrow at 2 on Raw Dog. I'm hearing great things about it. Yeah. Ronnie said it was amazing. It was really, really funny. So make sure you check that out. And also, what else you got there?
September 13th, I'm recording, film my comedy special, George Street Playhouse, New Brunswick, New Jersey. Go to georgestreetplayhouse.org. 2 shows that one night, and this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club, Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Maybe I'll go to the Boardwalk there and get some taffy.
There you go. Now you're talking.
You should try it. You should try it this weekend.
I might.
And then we'll have a full report on Monday. You call in and tell us.
He's a different guy. He's just all happy and cheery.
Yeah, because it's impossible to park in Point Pleasant, but I might just drive around for like 45 minutes to find a spot just so I can go to get taffy and hopefully it'll put me in a better mood.
You start that day off with a pancake with a smile. I tell you, you'll drive around with it.
I hate taffy because it feels like at any moment you're going to pull your own teeth out.
It has to be fresh because you're probably eating an old piece of
taffy. Yeah, stupid me. Stupid me. I wasn't eating the right taffy.
You're eating some real shit taffy. Don't bring it in my face.
And Dan, what do you got? Wow, you don't have anything going on. Huh?
I'm at I'm at the end of the road.
I was just fucking with him.
I was like, nothing going on.
You got comics at Foxwoods. That's next week, though, right?
Yeah, I'll be at Comics at Foxwoods, July 24th to July 26th.
Very cool. Okay, we'll continue for a little bit longer. Stay there.
Did you ever have a Duncan moment?
Opie and Sam Roberts.
You're back on Sirius XM.
Good room today. Jim Florentine in studio. Dan Soder in studio. Jimmy's on his way to L.A., so you're going to hear him all over the place in the next day or two. He's definitely doing Joe Rogan's podcast today. Then Adam Carolla maybe tomorrow.
Kevin and Bean
tomorrow. Bill Burr. And our friend Kevin Pollak as well. Are you guys in the Kevin Pollak movie?
No, I don't know Kevin Pollak.
I don't know.
Awkward.
So, I'm starting to think about that fourth meal.
I'll tell you why it's awkward. It's all about comedy. Awkward.
I'm not in Voss's movie. Voss and Bonnie's movie.
What?
Their movie. I wasn't interviewed for it. I don't care.
They didn't interview you for
No,
you would have been perfect for that.
I know, but I don't know. For some reason they didn't. But
wow, I wonder what that's
not bothered.
about.
No, it wasn't anything like, he's not going to be good for it.
So you guys don't like each other.
No,
when
they
did that start?
Because they could have easily interviewed me and then go, we're just going to cut him and go, look, we
But
had
they
to cut
didn't even
it.
interview you.
No, but I don't care.
I should have known that. I've seen the movie probably 10 times already. I might be
10?
A producer on it.
Okay, all right.
I might be the
maybe.
Executive
See, then you had to say it. You had a say in it. You could have put in the good word.
I might have bankrolled the whole fucking thing. I want my money back.
You said I was going to be in festivals, Rich.
No shit. Humana. The fuck? Nah, it'll do well.
It's a great movie.
You know, I look like, I'm 20 in it because they filmed it so long ago. And people are going to see me on the street and go, wow, you look like shit.
God, what
no,
happened
I just aged.
You're really taking this Anthony thing tough.
Right. They filmed the damn thing 5 years ago at this point, I think. Anyway, there were a few other things that happened during the break. I really just want to go home, but there's too much going on here. We learned during the break about the Taco Bell ring set. Jesus. People are very mad that we went to the Liv Moss Taco Bell store and we didn't talk about the ring set. What is the ring set?
Well, it's like it could be a his and hers.
Fuck would buy this? Now I see what it is.
The same people that bought collectible plates.
You know how you got like those rings? I forgot what they were called, where you have half the heart and she has the other half.
Yeah, like a locket.
What are they called? Like there was a name for them. Whatever. Anyway, Taco Bell's doing the same thing here, guys, but she gets the taco. I would assume she gets the taco part. All right,
depending on how. Yeah.
Okay.
You give her the taco.
So you have the taco ring, and you have. She has the taco ring, and you have the bell ring. Who would do this?
Nobody would do that.
Who would do this?
I want to meet the person that does and the rationale behind it. If it's not a joke, I want to meet the person that seriously was like, "This is a good."
It can't be.
Hold on,
you don't think there's one person. That's
Maybe
like,
one. One that his girlfriend. Maybe they met at Taco Bell, so he decided to. But even that,
get that Taco Bell. Pussy.
Even the girl has to shoot that down. And go, that's fucking corny,
right?
Or classless.
You know damn well Kristen in Atlanta thinks it's corny. We know that.
She's like, I stopped talking about food. Get back to pussy. Why y'all keep talking about food?
I hung up on everybody. The phones have been lit for like 2 straight hours. I've cleared the lines because I just need to know if there's one person out there that did this.
They're not going to call. I definitely don't think that's a source of pride.
And don't fuck around. I really need to know if one person got the Taco Bell ring
Sam,
set.
could you see if they're additive rings, maybe?
Let me just. It only comes in the one size. Calculating. Yeah, it's available.
They're available.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Crazy.
You get two. You get 2 rings for $25.
$24.99 for the 2 rings.
Ooh, what's that? Is it pure silver?
Dainty rings made from gold wire.
Isn't that the shit that like crackheads steal out of sinks? To make it they're like, I got some gold wire. I'm gonna make a fucking Taco Bell ring.
With gold wire
from some old appliance. Yeah. some
we
old
melted
black and
down
white TV.
Yeah, we melted down this VCR to make these Taco Bell rings.
So, all right. The other thing, save room for dessert. I was taking notes during the break, Florentine. The save room for dessert thing. You don't save room for dessert?
No. I don't save. My father-in-law said it one time.
Right.
3 years ago, and now all my brothers who are complete ball busters, even some of my sisters, I gave his cell phone out, and we just send pictures from any restaurant we're out. Hey, Rala, his name is. We're saving room for dessert, and he's getting like 2 in the morning. Picture popping up on his phone. He's like,
of a good
he's like, what the fuck's wrong with this family? He's like, it's getting old. The joke. I go until the day you pass away, we're going to be doing this.
Right. Yeah.
It's never going to be old.
That is funny. She just barrage him.
Barrage him. My brother was in Aruba 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Hey, Rala, I'm saving room for dessert. He's just taking pictures of food, and they finished their meal.
What?
Just because he said it one time.
What about when you go to a restaurant and the waitress will make sure you save room for dessert because they have wonderful desserts at that place?
Yeah, and they say
they run down the whole specials and this and that and go, and don't make sure you save room for dessert.
We
got a lava cake that is to die for.
We have some flan that we made.
Right.
That is just to die.
So
or
make sure you save room.
They'll go, hope you saved room.
Yeah, but where would I save it? How do you save it? Tell me, is there a system?
You just purge in front of her. Can you get me a bucket?
I think you're okay because you don't use ketchup, so you might have a little extra room.
Right, so it's not okay. Yeah,
you're saving room with all these condiments you're checking off the list.
Really depends on how many anitizers you ordered.
Yeah, see, I didn't get any of that.
Yeah, if you ordered a bunch,
one less anitizer, you might have room.
Right.
All right.
Can you see if anitizer has a trademark to it that they trademark?
It does. 100%.
It does.
Yeah.
And then the other thing,
because somebody's going to steal it.
Oh yeah, somebody would use it.
Chili's looked it up. I was like, damn it!
They thought of anitizers.
Applebee's cocksuckers are on top of their game.
B-Dubs tried to grab it.
I'm sort of doing an Andy Levy here. I was taking notes.
Are you doing a halftime report?
I'm going to acknowledge it's sort of Andy Levy-ish. But then you did mention your father-in-law, Jim Florentine.
Yes.
And that he's like just an old school guy from Rochester that Loves
scotch. Grew up in the woods in Rochester.
Right.
Has just like a part caveman.
Right.
So
that's why I love him.
He can dress a deer, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's why my wife was attracted to me, because I'm like the dad. He's just he's cranky. He's just like,
what are you, a kid?
Yeah, exactly. He'll buy a gift for his wife, and he'll think it counts for like the birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day. Yeah, he'll give her a Home Depot gift card, even though he shops there. He's like, no, but you remember you said you like those curtains.
Planter. You saw that planter.
So I figured I'd get you the gift card.
It's
like
for the house.
Yeah, it's for the house. So
I picked up that bag of soil last week, and I thought that counted.
He's the greatest. Yeah, so he does all of that
That's
stuff.
a flip side, right?
But then he saves room for dessert. He loves apple pie, all desserts, and then he likes chick flicks.
What?
He sits and watches like First Take, ESPN First Take, with them just arguing.
Right.
And like just watch. ESPN is on constantly. He's yelling at the TV. He's loud.
Right.
He's an Eagles fan, so he puts the fucking old Eagle helmet on or whatever, and he screams, "Hey, Eagles!" And like to his neighbors across the bay, and they fucking yell at him because they're Giant fans. He lives in Jersey, so he's just a fucking caveman. He's got no manners. I love him, but then he loves chick flicks.
Yeah.
Sweet Home Alabama is a good movie. That's a good movie.
The Notebook, for my money, The Notebook's one of the best movies of all time.
Sweet, yeah.
He's a Reese Witherspoon fan?
First Wives Club, he loves it.
Really?
Loves the dancing at the end. And then
with Bette Midler?
Yeah, Bette Midler, Goldie Hawn, and...
Oh, that's chock full. Diane Keaton?
Diane Keaton, yeah.
Isn't that for like middle-aged women?
Yeah, even his wife's like, no, that movie's terrible.
Did you ever ask him where that came from?
The guy served he was in the army.
Oh, so he needs to get
decompress.
He needs to get in touch with his emotions a little bit. He
Kathy
saw
Bates.
some shit. He saw some shit in the war, and now he's like,
that's what soothes his PTSD.
I got to let my emotional side out a little bit.
But he's not affectionate with his wife and none of that stuff. He's just, just.
That's so weird. That would be a great.
He's doing shots at like 11:30 in the morning with like Easter brunch. He's like, let's do some shots. He's at the bar. He's hammered by like 12. It's fucking. I love him. He's great.
Hugs
but
are
then he comes home. He's like, I just saw Les Miserables in the movie theater. I cried.
Anne Hathaway gave the performance of a lifetime. Don't look at me, you sissy boy.
He's like, that was a good movie.
And he knew, by the way, going in that he was going to like it because he went to see it in the theater.
Yeah, he
wouldn't buy a movie ticket if he didn't know he was going to enjoy that.
And he cried at it?
He cried at it. He said it was one of the best movies I ever saw. So his name is Rala, so when he told me that, I just call him Les Miserables now. And he's like, that's getting old. I go, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Remember the dessert thing?
Yeah,
same
Les
thing.
Miserables.
Until you go.
That's the litmus test. If he says it's getting old, you know you're really getting to him. He's
Exactly.
like, it's getting old. And you're like,
It's not funny anymore. Yes, it is.
That's funny.
Oh,
That's a strange combination.
Sweetheart, yeah.
But it also kind of makes sense.
Why?
I think in a weird way it makes sense that if he's so manly that it bucks onto that side where it's something so girly. You know what I mean? Like he's like watching 27 Dresses and then goes and fucking cleans off his war medals. And he's
like Love Actually. And then there's a chick flick, Pitch Perfect.
Right.
Which is just like
it's like an acapella movie.
Yeah, musical.
What? It's a musical where it's about acapella groups and they sing like contemporary
songs. I thought it was the baseball movie with Drew Barrymore and
no, that's Fever Pitch.
Oh, okay, I knew there was a.
Am I right, Roland?
I knew there was a rom-com with Pitch in it. Okay,
Pitch Perfect.
And Fallon, right?
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon, Drew Barrymore.
Anna Kendrick movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a complete chick flick, and my wife and her sister watch it, and he watches it. The father watches it, and they love it, and they got my son into it. And I'm like, I'm putting my foot down with a 4-year-old watching chick flicks.
Right.
No reason for that.
Radio's in my blood. It writes itself. Having your dad do chick flick reviews on this show would be amazing. How does he talk? Does he have like the I'm a man's man?
No, just regular. But regular? No, that would be great.
But
if
how funny.
Yeah.
He would get so excited. He calls in with his chick flick pick of the week.
And he could, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
we might have to do it next time you're in. We'll try.
Yeah, we'll call him.
Yeah?
Even a list, top 3 chick flicks of the last year.
Or his top 3 chick flicks.
Of all time. I mean, that's a big list, though.
Can we call him Cold right now? Is he around?
He's not around right now.
Next time you're in,
next time we'll do it.
Sam, remind me.
Yeah.
We have to get Florentine's father-in-law on the line.
Holy shit, that's hilarious.
From being
Well, Roland likes them, too, right?
You know what?
You love Pitch Perfect, too?
Yeah, all chick flicks.
Yeah, but he's supposed to like chick flicks.
Why?
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. He's not slamming scotch down or any of that stuff, right, Roland? I think you're onto something though, because this guy has a similar story in Kentucky. Bobby.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
Hey, Jim, man, this is crazy. Like, I can agree. I never knew where this came from, but my grandfather loves Dirty Dancing and just some horrid shit like that. And I never knew where it comes from. He listens to, like, Bryan Adams and just some real gay shit. I always knew, man, like, he had a drinking problem when he came back from Korea. And then sobered up 2 years after he got home, and then never drank a drop. And never talked about the war or whatever. Well, he had a few drinks one night and was upset because I enlisted in the military. And he told me that he was a tank driver and he was given several orders to drive through schools and hospitals and just annihilate anyone that was in his way. And it was just such a depressing story. He cried. I've never seen my grandfather cry. And, next morning he's watching Dirty Dancing and having the time of his life.
That is
crazy.
Maybe there's something there.
Yeah, there must be.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be. You're so manly, and you've been through so much shit that's just that's the ventilation system.
Right.
Is watching Swayze just twirl around, just being like, I guess this is gonna do it.
Roland's never been to war.
Turns
What's
out
his
Roland
excuse?
was in Blackwater. This guy's a merc. He's just been offing kids in Iraq.
Step on up, man. What is your excuse for chick flicks? That's a very good question.
My mom, as a kid, always took me to see chick flicks. She told me that these were action films. So she said you could come with me to the movies. So I got addicted to soap operas and chick flicks as a kid.
She said they were action films?
Because she said, yeah, I'll take you to see an action movie. And I go, all right. And then we see, like, Out of Africa and all those chick flicks.
That's child abuse.
Yes.
You can't do that to your
There's
kid.
no action in a chick flick except for when, like, Julia Roberts trips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they need a pratfall because there's no jokes.
That's the same as leaving your car. I fucking blew it. Fuck. Your kid in a hot car.
Yeah,
that's the movie equivalent of it.
Line. God damn it.
And I got hooked on All My Children.
Oh,
Pine
My
Valley.
Children.
Yeah, Pine Valley and all that.
Pine Valley.
Yeah, that's where they all live.
What other movies did you see as a kid?
Every chick flick out there, from Barbara Streisand, Diane Keaton,
Did you
all
see
Meg
that
Ryans.
Barbara Streisand?
Wings?
No, she did.
Oh, no, was it?
With Seth Rogen?
She played the rabbi or something. It was years ago when Scarface came out.
With Nick Nolte. I think.
Yeah, young
No,
Nick.
it was
Yenta, something like that?
Yenta.
Yeah.
You saw
So you
that?
saw all of them.
Mhm.
What about
So-
Beaches?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Beaches was the one I was trying to think of.
That was sad. I cried.
I don't even know what it
I just imagine young Roland going to school talking to other little boys who are like, did you guys see any action movies? He's like, what about Beaches? What the fuck is wrong with this kid?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. They're queued up.
Did you when you went to school? Did you talk about these movies with your friends?
I did, and they all laughed at me.
They laughed at you.
Yeah.
But didn't you tell your mom, like, Mom, can I just go to a regular movie? I want to go see.
Yeah, she goes, sure, and she'll take me to see like all the other movies, but I got hooked on chick flicks.
Yeah, because you to this day enjoy chick flicks.
I love chick flicks, yeah.
What are your top three best favorite chick flicks?
Who's your favorite actress?
I love Meg Ryan. Sleepless
All right.
in Seattle.
I mean, that just said everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's. All right, what are your favorite three favorite chick flicks?
Sleepless in Seattle.
Okay.
The top one.
I didn't mind that.
Yeah, you get
to be honest.
That's
I didn't
all
mind
right.
that one. If we're going to be honest here,
And then,
whatever. They get way worse than that.
Casablanca.
I mean, you're going classics.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love Love Actually. That's one of my favorite ones.
Ooh, Dave, my father-in-law likes that one too.
The face that Jim just made, it was like we were talking about terminal illnesses, and Jim goes, I know a
Between
guy that
shots of
had that.
scotch, he loves Love Actually. Huh?
What are your three like guilty pleasure chick flicks that you like?
I'll probably see like Maid in Manhattan if it's on TV. I'll watch it.
Oh, J-Lo! She's a maid that falls in love with a rich man.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What's the third one?
Yeah.
I see Jerry Maguire every.
I mean,
Jerry Maguire's all right.
It's got football in it.
Yeah.
Once a month I'll see Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire's a great film.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
But throw another one out.
How bad do you wish you were?
Chick flick?
And,
Really?
Oh, my best friend's wedding with Julia Roberts and Dylan McDermott. With the Cameron Diaz, she gets married.
Yeah, I know. A young Cameron Diaz.
Young Cameron Diaz, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good
Another one in there is. What about like Sisters of Traveling Pants?
Oh,
I
seen that one.
Traveling.
Yeah,
I saw it, but it was okay. I mean,
wasn't great.
No.
What about Bridget Jones?
Oh, I love Bridget Jones' Diary.
Bridges of Madison County.
That was so good.
That was horrendous.
Please,
That's fucking the worst.
It's old people fucking.
I've told the story a million times, but I was dragged to it. Actually, with Anthony, our chicks brought us to this movie, and we're sitting there with our arms folded, getting really fucking mad. I'm like, couldn't you guys do this with yourselves? And then we could have went somewhere else and maybe went to a bar or another movie.
Yeah, and you had to sit there and watch. Who was in that?
That was Clint Eastwood.
And
it was his first movie that he did.
And Meryl Streep.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Or Fried Green Tomatoes.
That's what E-Rock brought up earlier.
What about The Perfect Man?
I did see that one.
This is starting to sound like
what are the
made-up
Sandra
titles.
Bullock ones that you like, and the Drew Barrymore ones?
I love Sandra Bullock.
Miss Congeniality?
All of them. I'll see all of her movies.
Miss Congeniality?
I'll see them all, yeah. I go to the theaters and watch it opening day.
But now she's doing like awesome movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about young. You were on board with the young Sandra Bullock.
From While You Were Sleeping.
I mean, that's
Yeah, I love her movies.
Do you want to live out like a romantic comedy? Is that what you want? Is that like one of the reasons you love them so much? Because you're like, man, I hope I'm in a situation like this where I fall on a train track and a girl falls in love with me.
No.
I know. There it is.
Somebody comes in and carries Roland out.
Sorry, Roland. Sorry.
Which Matthew McConaughey romantic comedy do you like?
Oh, you must
he
be
did a bunch
pissed.
of them.
Probably the one with Kate Hudson, right?
Which
Fool's Gold?
Well, no, that was good though.
Well, they teamed up a few times because they had the chemistry.
Oh shit! Which is the one with?
What was the one where?
It's with. I think it's. Failure to Launch.
Failure to Launch.
Yes.
He's going deep cuts.
Yes.
So you're mad? Are you mad that McConaughey's like turning a corner and becoming this like amazing, legitimate actor? Do you want him to go back to rom-coms?
I heard he might do one rom-com soon.
Oh, how excited did you get?
This is this is like Dixon the Heine. Hearing this,
he's like it's like wiggling your butt.
Oh God!
What Drew Barrymore ones do you like?
That's a very good question. Some of the Adam Sandler projects,
or she did some other ones. Which
trying to remember the last one.
Boys on the Side?
That was more. I don't know if that was so much a romantic comedy.
Just a man-hating film.
Yeah.
I did enjoy 50 First Dates, though. I mean, for her rom-com-ish. With Sandler.
Sucked a dick. It's horrible.
Oh,
it's not that bad.
You fucking ruined our show.
You did 50 First Dates was good.
Yeah.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. So that's up there.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, it's a good guilty pleasure movie.
This fall, Roland works at a radio station, and he doesn't know that love is around the corner.
You'd probably get geeked up for that, wouldn't you? If that was happening.
Where would the love interest come from? Another channel?
She works at a station that they don't get along. Love FM this fall.
You would love that shit, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I go.
He might have tried to go down that road a couple times around here.
All right, so Roland, you see 10 romantic comedies in the theater. How many times do you cry out of the 10?
Well, pretty much 10.
10?
Well, if I get sad, I'll go,
Yeah. But like 10?
If they're really sad, I might shed a tear or two.
Yeah, but first of all, he has to stay awake for the whole movie.
So pretty much the whole so every movie you'll cry at a romantic comedy.
No, if it's not that sad, I'm like, I just see that new one, but the cancer one.
Oh yeah. With the young chick in it.
Yeah, it had a weird name.
Yeah,
that one I shed a few tears.
All right, but with cancer, but like if the couple breaks up like 3/4 way through the movie, which they usually do you cry at that moment?
It depends if I'm into it. Then I go.
How heart-wrenching it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
So you really love that heart-wrenching shit. You're a sick fuck. But I think this is like the same reason that like Jim's father-in-law and like that guy who's grandfather in the army. It's heart-wrenching for them, and they're like, I can't. It's coming out of my face. God damn it! All the dead bodies piled up on my my emotions. They're not holding it at bay.
But he understands the formula of the rom-com, and he knows they're going to bring it all back together in the end, though, right? So you're okay with the heart-wrenching.
That was great. The breakup was great.
I love that one.
Yeah, because that was just basically them arguing the whole time. It was a real.
Yeah, it was a good ending too.
That was good though.
I kind of like
Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston.
And they didn't get back together, but you know it's coming. You know 20 minutes later they're going to get back together. Why are you crying at that three-quarter point in the movie?
Because they put the close-up to Sandra Bullock's face and you're like, oh.
Dude, that
was a brave move that they didn't get back together, though. They would have made a shitload of money if they got back together in the end. But the word got out, it's a bad ending, and then people say, fuck that.
I just got done filming an independent movie where it's like one of the, you would fucking love the movie that I just filmed. I am just a kick dog for 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah, and then we get back. Yeah, oh man, I'm gonna let you see it. You'll probably be the only person that gets to see it. I don't know.
I'm excited.
If this thing if it even sees the light of day. Oh man, you love rom-coms.
I love them.
That's great. What about
Did you ever go on a date with a girl and you started crying at the romantic comedy when you're watching it?
No, I'd think of something in my head, like something horrible.
So you won't cry in front of her, but if you're by yourself, you'll let it go.
Oh yeah, I'm by myself. I don't care.
Do you go to a lot of rom-coms by yourself?
Yeah,
and
he goes to a lot of movies by himself.
Yeah, I go movies by myself.
I go to movies by myself too, but rom-coms, I'm imagining you go like, do you plan your whole day around it?
No, or if I go, I'll just say I'll go see a rom-com.
Why do you have to go to a movie with somebody? It's the dumbest thing ever.
You're not going to talk.
Of course not.
The only reason to go with someone is to talk about it after you see the movie.
Right. Do you get napkins in the lobby before you go in, knowing you might cry?
No, that's for my butter popcorn.
Okay.
But do you get extra because you go, I might cry, so I need something?
Depends. If I know it's like an Oscar-type movie, I go probably grab
use your
extra
T-shirt or something, right?
Yeah, I'll shed a few tears if it's an Oscar-type.
Do you wipe it off like a pitcher wipes off sweat where you're just going to your sleeve?
I think we're all in agreement here. You got a hand in your man card, sir.
I really hope it turns out that Roland's just like a cold-blooded killer, and this is the reason he's in this shit.
What about Sex and the City, the movies and the TV show?
I see a TV show. The movies are okay.
That's to say the TV shows are excellent.
Well, I mean, if they're on like on the E Channel or Bravo,
you enjoy. So you'll stop for a Sex and the City episode,
or like a Bravo, like if a marathon of like listings. I'll just.
You watch Bravo?
Yeah.
What do you watch?
I can't. That's unforgivable to me.
The $1 million listings, like New York.
I like that show.
Yeah, I'm hooked on that one.
And I might like a housewife or so.
Yeah, and those housewives.
Or two, I should
really?
say. Yeah, I might.
I had a panic attack because in a hotel room in Philly, I rolled over on my remote and it turned it on and Bravo was on, and I was like woke up and it was like, I was like and I had no idea. It was like real, and they were fighting, and I was just like,
You were feeling to see if you had tits.
Yeah, I'm like, touching to see my puss. And it fucking freaked me out. It really did, rolling over on that remote.
Oh, we have that to give away?
Yes.
We have to do it today?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Let's see. Notebook is the best.
Oh,
We have to take a call right now, so you guys decide. Friend in the National Guard who sometimes just needs to get really girly and other times like a caveman. Florentine needs to call Pete Rose. I think we ran out of time, though. The Notebook is the best. Sex and the City, man card. What does? All right. Let's do this one. Danny in San Jose.
I got to know what he does to define him as a man after all the. I know gay dudes that aren't this gay.
That's good.
Yeah, how do you turn around like with that man stuff, you know? To go, hey guys, I'm a man. This
Do you
is what
walk
I
out
do.
of the movie theater and go get fudge?
No, I go get gelato.
No, for example, like Florentine's father will now go and just slam back some scotch after a good chick flick.
Yeah.
What do you do to go, oh, okay.
To nullify it.
Yeah, to nullify.
He'll go chop wood in the back. Yeah, he loves it. He's like, don't buy wood, you chop it. He's like, I never paid for firewood once. I just go around, I pick it up, and you chop it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I go to a bakery and get some desserts.
Oh my God, I was going to give this guy $500. I didn't even care about his question. And then he hangs up.
Well, he's lost $500, so.
Can we just give it to a random caller as we leave?
Yeah.
All right. I was going to give that guy $500, but he hung up. We have $500 to give away thanks to Rush, a new original series premiering this Thursday. That's tonight, right?
It's a good show.
Tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we thanks to Rush for giving us $500 to give away. It's their new original series premiering tonight. at 9, 8 Central, only on USA Network. We'll give it to a random caller right now.
I think what makes Roland manly is that he's willing to admit he watches chicks flicks.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty manly.
I admit I watch Bravo every once in a while.
I mean, that's, yeah.
$1 Million Listening isn't a bad show.
It's really good.
You're not going to get me on this. I'm on Team Jim with this. I'm gonna shoot all the joy out of this one.
And one of the guys is a fan from the Boston days. Oh. I happened to be looking at an apartment.
You motherfucker.
No, I was looking at an apartment, and he was one of the guys. Yeah. I didn't know the show at that point.
Oh, okay.
And then he told me, and I'm like, holy fuck.
I thought you like looked him up and saw that he was following you on Twitter, and you're like, yeah, this is fun.
They were trying to get me involved with the show because they thought I was like buying, and I was like, I'm not really buying. It was just one of those things. I was checking out this place, but because of that, I ended up watching the show.
Yeah.
Because if he's a fan, then I'm a fan right back.
Okay.
Quickly.
Yeah.
So
Ryan Louise Frederick.
Yeah, Frederick.
Yeah, Frederick from the top seller.
He's a character. Yeah. A lot of personality.
I don't give a shit.
He has a lot of personality.
Never will I watch Bravo.
He gets sassy.
He does get sassy.
Oh God!
Don't cross him.
That's what they. That's what that whole network is built off of. Sassy.
He's got to be the kingpin of the gay mafia or something because you don't fuck with him. Yeah.
He does a dinosaur dance.
So why don't we go home? We're gonna go home now. Roland, thank you. Appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. Florentine just killed it for like 3 fucking straight hours, man. Thank you.
I'm sorry to put everybody in a bad mood.
No, but now I'm going to have to submit everything by email every morning to see if I can enjoy anything. Like, Jim, what's your stance on
whatever works for whatever, but if it works for you, if you like fudge on the road... that's gonna happen.
It sounds like you're calling me a fag.
No, I'm just saying.
If you're on the road and you like a little bit of fudge and no one's going to know.
If that helps you get over maybe a bad set you had, all right, if that works for you, go there.
With that
Roland,
said,
he's got a lot of pressure booking guests, so he's like, I got to go see Sweet Home Alabama too.
With fudge now.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Me and Jim Norton are here still for now. And we're trying to do like a lot of different shit because we can't just like make believe nothing has changed around here. Yeah. And one of the things I'm thinking is to grab your fucking podcast and give it a nice prime spot somewhere during the week.
I would love that. That'd be great.
We're trying to figure out where it makes sense, but hopefully soon Florentine's podcast will be on our channel because it's fucking really good. It really is.
Thanks. Yeah, they play it on the weekends like every...
No, I know,
but yeah.
But that weekend shit, we just bury shit there. We want to fucking, give it a nice spot, so we'll figure it out soon.
I'll do a whole podcast on fudge.
Oh, good. Good. With that said, you got your Unmasked with Ron Bennington tomorrow at 2 o'clock on Raw Dog. And then you got you're taping your live special soon.
September 13th.
Yeah, go ahead.
At the George Street Playhouse, New Brunswick, New Jersey. Go to georgestreetplayhouse.org for tickets. 2 shows that night, or go to the box office and get them.
Right.
And then this weekend, tomorrow and Saturday, Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club, Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
That survived, huh? Was it damaged?
No, they're about.
I know they're a little
like 2 miles off the beach, but the town is just slowly starting to recover.
Right. Yeah.
The businesses in the town, anyway.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And Dan Soder doing a great job as well here today. What do you got there? Next week at Comics.
Yeah, Comics at Foxwoods, July 24th to July 26th.
And I just invited these guys to the Montreal Comedy Festival on our dime, but you're both working.
Yeah. So I'd be up there
in a sec. Also, there was a question about On Demand. Travis gave me this note. The shows are listed as Opie with Jim Norton for now, so they're still on demand. I guess people are having a tough time finding them. Is that true?
Yeah, because they're going into the Opie and Anthony category and seeing that the shows don't update, but that's because...
Why can't they just keep it as Opie and Anthony so it doesn't fucking confuse everybody?
Well, I guess because Anthony's not here anymore.
So they have to like just completely wipe his name like he never existed? That's ridiculous.
They're Chris Benoit-ing him? That's a little unfair.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
So you can find it, though, with Opie with Jim Norton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All interviews are on demand separately, by the way. I didn't know this until yesterday.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a little while. You can get the interviews. Like, if you just want to hear the Ricky Gervais segment, if you just want to hear the Pete Rose segment we were talking about, you can just look it up.
The Florentine.
Yeah, from today's show.
He's sitting right next to you.
Yeah, Florentine and Soder will be on there, too.
Separately or together?
I mean, we're on the show together.
Separate. We'll probably separate it so it was like just the Florentine part by himself, and then the next one will be Florentine with
even
Soder.
though they were on together, let's make sure it's separate.
Just isolate my audio so I sound like a maniac.
Yeah, separate the track.
That's fine. That'll work. That'll work out great.
So you could search for just interviews under O&A interviews. So they kept the A there.
Look.
What the fuck?
If you know how to find Opie and Anthony on demand, scroll down one.
I never understood that.
And you'll see Opie with.
They had a problem with Anthony over one thing that had nothing to do with our radio show.
Correct.
So let's make believe he never existed. That's ridiculous. Yeah. What about all the great stuff he did?
Yeah, it's very, very dumb.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking change that. And also my YouTube channel, because we've been just laughing over this for fucking 2 or 3 days now. The Pete Rose stuff, I put up a bunch of Pete Rose videos, but there's an isolated one I just put up. I remixed it. It's like 25 seconds of Pete Rose punching Jimmy. Please go check that out. I'll tweet it in a minute or two here.
After a joke, right? Like
After a joke, he got so excited. He turned.
I got to see this shit.
I'll show you as soon as we go off the air. But it was the way he punched him. He was so excited. It was like he was back in the cafeteria in high school. You know those jocks in high school?
Yeah.
Here it is. Show Dad.
Fuck, you know, I wanted to wear a nice shirt in here.
For Pete Rose?
What happened?
That was great. He zinged him. That's such a dad uncle punch.
I know, right?
Hey, yeah, you fucking kid.
It's been making me and Jimmy and everyone else that I've showed it to laugh our asses off. So I isolated that as just its own thing on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. So with that, we'll see you guys. Thank you for hanging in there with us.
We'll be right back with more Opie and all right, so Opie and who? Opie and Jim? But they don't call it that. Who the hell's on the damn show? Is that Falcone guy? Whatever. Stay right there.